Hey everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. I'm Steve Ho. I'm joined by Jamie Cranford, and over at the board we've got Dan Clubb. It's watch along time, of course. Liverpool back in action against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Kickoff at 3 p.m. and Liverpool's team will have officially be announced in the next 5 minutes or so. Hope everyone who celebrates had a wonderful Christmas Day and indeed Boxing Day as well, which was nice to have Boxing Day off. But we're back here now to watch Liverpool back in Premier League action against Wolves, who are on course to be one of the worst Premier League teams of all time. What could go wrong, right, Jay?
Don't start that. Don't start that now. Yeah, I was just thinking before I came here, what would I like today? I'd like a nice, relaxing day after Boxing Day.
Post-Christmas Day snooze, 3-0.
I'd have a bit of a snooze fest, to be honest. I'd take a boring... with the best will in the world, I don't want the entertainment of last week, especially against potentially one of the worst Premier League sides of all time. So if the lads could do us all a favour, then yeah, I'd like to feel, you know, when you've had your post-Christmas Day little slump, you're all full up, you're on the couch. I wouldn't mind going a bit like that, nice easy 2-0 win or something like 3-0 even.
Yeah, Liverpool just please go and do the business and beat Wolves. I'm watching City, Nottingham Forest in the background. It's 1-1 in that game. No, Forest just scored.
What is it?
Forest just scored. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the course of the day. There's quite a lot of Premier League football. Of course, there was very little on Boxing Day, which was well spoken about, of course. But yeah, we'll see how the rest of the day goes. We'll keep updates. Obviously, some games in and around the team. Sorry, for the teams in and around Liverpool. We'll be doing keep an eye on those as well. The team news is out in... Sorry, Dan, go ahead.
There's a very abrupt end to that.
Yeah, sorry. In about 3 minutes' time is what I was going to say. So, what I'm going to do in the gap, we've still got some of our Redmen Advent draws. We've been a bit lax with our Advent door opening, so actually we've got 4 more prizes still to give away. We've actually got 5. We're going to give 4 on today's stream. So I'm going to do 2 of those now. So thank you to anyone who is a Redmen Plus Legend subscriber. You're the best. Our first draw is for some of our amazing Fields of Anfield Road beer mats. So I'm going to spin this wheel and say congratulations and well done. They are on their way to you. Frank B. Wilson. Congratulations, Frank. We'll be sorting you out with those Fields of Anfield Road beer mats. Great name, yeah. I like the initial.
Name, that proper name, that.
And then our second prize we're about to give away now is our Jurgen Klopp mural poster. Obviously, fantastic work done by the guys at Mural Walls and Boss getting involved in that one. So let's spin the wheel and give that away to... Well done. Nice one. Congratulations. John Sass 26.
Or is it not John's ass?
It could be John's ass. It could be John's ass 26. Whichever it is, I'm going to go with John
Sass.
But it could be John's ass.
Sassy John.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. We'll have 2 more prizes. We'll give them away shortly before kick-off. And then on Mondays at Redmen Originals, we'll do the final prize draw for that shirt signed by King Kenny Dalglish and by Bruce Grobbelaar. So thank you very much, everyone who's a Legend subscriber. If you've not, and you want to be in those last few draws, head on over to the website and get yourselves involved as a Redmen Legend subscriber. We are moments away from the team coming out. Like I say, Jay, it should be a banker for Liverpool. They should just win this game. I know there's tons of injuries, there's tons of suspensions. That'll reveal itself, of course, in the team news is out. Obviously, Mohamed Salah's away at AFCON. There's another player. But if you're ever going to have to play anyone, when you've got so many players out, Liverpool should still have enough to beat Wolves, and that's what the game plan has to be today.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There's just no question about it, no messing about. Got to be a guaranteed 3 points. I know we've got suspensions, we've got injuries, we've got... Would you say it's an injury crisis? I think we're bordering on a crisis now, aren't we? But even so, Wolves are just at such a low ebb. I was just commenting on their form guide, which is on the left-hand side, as we look at it. Loss. So... And it's been a bit of a while since Liverpool haven't any losses on their side, so more encouraging form from Liverpool as well. Yeah, I don't really care how they do it. Obviously, we'd love a return to form, you know, Liverpool flying 4-5-0, something like that. But I'd take, as I just said in the intro there, the dullest one, maybe not a 1-0. I want 2-0. 2-0.
You just got to win, haven't you? Like I say, the team is out now. Dan's just getting his board ready, the bench.
I think that is it.
Go on, Dan. Oh, nice to see a couple of lads back on the bench there. Maybe
that is good. I'm pretty sure I might correct me if I'm wrong as we go. But I was mainly concentrating on the bench, to be honest. I was quite happy with the 11. Alisson Becker in goal, of course. Jamie Frimpong at right back. probably. Ibu Konate, Virgil van Dijk, Milos Kerkez make up the back four. Midfield 4-3 we'll discuss in detail as we go along, of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister, Curtis Jones and Florian Wirtz, which gives us a front two, maybe, of Hugo Ekitike and the lesser spotted Federico Chiesa. He exists. He is starting a game of football for Liverpool Football Club. Would you believe it? It's a Christmas miracle, ladies and gentlemen. Mamardashvili, Freddie Woodman, Connor Bradley back on the bench, which is, well, on the bench after a bit of a knock. Andy Robertson, Calvin Ramsey, Trey Leone, Welity Lucky, Ryan Gamoa and Cody Gakpo also back.
That's the one.
Is that right?
2, 4, 6, 8. That's absolutely spot on.
Look at that. Just one change from what I thought as well, which is good.
Good news on that one. The last day with you, actually, there's been a lot of doubt around Ibu Konate. Actually, he wasn't in training for a while. He's missed on the training pictures. Liverpool even did a Christmas picture with the hat and throwing the hat in the end. Ibu wasn't on that. So whatever Ibu's had or been going through in terms of illness, injury, whatever it was, I'm not sure. But I mean, we haven't really got anyone else. So it's massive that Ibu's back in, and available to play our centre back. Yeah,
really important because I think we have started to see the best of Ibu in recent weeks. Maybe not quite reaching the heights that he's reached previously, but at least he's putting in more consistent levels of high quality performances. Not the hit and miss, the inconsistency, good one week, dreadful the next, and by and large not been anywhere near his A game for a large period of the season. So yeah, great to get him back. But as you said there, Steve, like, what options do we have really? We're not blessed with them right now at centre half in particular. So if there is something underlying, hopefully they've managed to deal with it, and hopefully a few days rest and not getting involved in training has meant that they've managed to get over it, because the last thing you want to be doing was taking risks with anybody, ideally. So yeah, fingers crossed he's fit, firing and ready to get through 90 odd minutes.
On the formation, Jay, I'll come to you on Dan, set that out as like the 4-4-2 diamond. Do you think with Chiesa starting as effectively a number 10 or striker in that role, do you think Arna's now sticking with that no matter what? Because there's every opportunity. Dan, could you just sort that for us to put this into a 4-3-3? You can throw Chiesa over on the right, and put Florian Wirtz on the left as well, and kind of go with that one. Dan's just illustrating that now. There's an option, it could be a bit more like that as well.
I have a feeling that the TV graphic will show it like that, and maybe nominally Liverpool will start like that. But as we've seen in the past couple of weeks, Wirtz can drift all over. We've seen Wirtz drifting onto the right hand side. Chiesa, I've seen him there. We've seen him there we haven't seen him very much at all in the Liverpool shirt, but we've seen him there very briefly on that right hand side. I remember him playing well on the right hand side for Italy, but we're going back 5 years ago now. So there's every chance. I mean, we were, I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, we were struggling to pick out of kind of a formation, were we, for Liverpool, because Jones was going deep and then he was going forward, and Gravenberch was coming forward at times. There's a lot of versatility in there, and Wirtz certainly, he can play all across that front three. We liked last week when Liverpool were playing against the 10 men of Spurs in the second half. Wirtz seemed to be sticking more to that left-hand side, providing width and feeding Kerkez for once, which was another pre-Christmas miracle. I think that's how it will be kind of written down on paper. But as to whether it will stick like that, I think there'll be a bit of position swapping going on. And we've certainly got the players with the versatility to do that.
Bit of fluidity in it, absolutely. It's interesting. Let's talk keys, then everyone in the comments on about him as well. It's actually only going to be Federico's, I think, second Premier League start. The last one was a dead rubber game against Brighton towards the end of last season, where Federico, I think that was the only time he's really started in the Premier League. This is the first time then you could say, Dan, maybe a competitive game where Federico Chiesa started. Everyone's been kind of crying out for it. Obviously, the manager's hand a little bit forced in terms of injuries, and of course, Mo Salah being away at AFCON. But everyone's been calling for Chiesa to get some minutes. He is going to start this game. Like, it's a massive opportunity for him. Isak's injury is going to mean there's a space in the team for a while now. What are we expecting from him? We expect him to go and play up front, and if so, like I say, it's imperative he plays well if he wants to carry on getting these very rare starts.
Yeah, this is his moment now, isn't it? And he's been waiting, nigh on 18 months for this, so he needs to take it and run with it. And I think in terms of what we can expect and sort of the non-negotiable from what we've seen so far from Federico Chiesa, it will be 100% committed. Like, you can't you can't criticise him for lack of effort whenever he has been given fleeting chances, whether it be from the bench or in starts in certain games. I actually think the Plymouth game, it was almost a year ago, wasn't it now, my God, when he was amongst a few senior lads, if you like, who were given the opportunity to go down to Plymouth and win that game of football. Obviously, we know what happened. I think that set him back quite a lot in Arne Slot's mind, and maybe one or two others fell foul of that as well. We've never really seen him given anything like an opportunity in the first team since. So, yeah, it's a big, big day for him because, as you mentioned there, a couple of injuries, Salah's away for a little while. Might be wishful thinking to suggest he's going to keep any of Isak or Salah long-term out of the team. But for the here and now, we've seen it in the past when Salah's been away. We need lads to step up, and especially at the moment with so many injuries across the entire of the squad, we need people who are in the round there to come to the fore and make themselves sort of be counted. And Chiesa's got the ability, he's got the desire, he's got the quality to do it. So, yeah, let's hope he can come up with the goods, because, again, he won't be happy with how the Liverpool career has gone so far. He's had moments, of course. We look back at the winner he scored. We look back at the Southampton game in the Carabao Cup earlier this season where he was the standout player. But this is, Jay touched on it a moment ago, his Italy credentials. This is a player who's one of the best players and the most coveted players in Europe in the past 3 or 4 years. So, let's start to show it now. Let's start to show why Liverpool took a bit of a gamble on you, injury-ridden. We've sort of been patient. You've had to be patient. You've got your start at Anfield, emotional day, Premier League game, etc. Yeah, make the most of it.
Absolutely. It's actually, Jay, with the injury situation, and again, we were talking about before, obviously getting Gakpo and Bradley back on that bench, because they were both, the manager said in his press conference ages ago, he done it on Tuesday, so even he wasn't that sure, but he said both of them are going to be 50-50 at best to be involved. Now both of them are involved. How long they can get, I don't know, but that could be important because Jeremy Frimpong hasn't played 90 minutes for a while. You know, he's only just getting himself back from a hamstring injury, and Chiesa the same, really, in terms of, for different reasons. It's been a long time since we saw Federico Chiesa play a 90-minute game, and also with Hugo Ekitike, there's been a couple of times recently where he's been like a little bit cramping up as well. Florian Wirtz went off against Tottenham cramping up. Like, it's very, very important there. You know, getting Bradley and Gakpo, even if it is for 15-20 minutes, could be really crucial. Because otherwise Liverpool might have been relying on some of the really young kids, which absolutely can do a job, but in a Premier League game you still want that little bit of class and experience that those two will provide.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is unfortunately the problem when you start getting injuries. It's kind of like injuries growing on top of injuries, because as we mentioned, I mean, we saw last week there was a bit where Wirtz was holding his hamstring, and we're going, oh God, has he pulled his hamstring? I think it was just a bit of cramp at the end of the game. Yeah. There was Ekitike, was it last week or the week before? He was making a substitute signal because he was absolutely spent. And these lads are having to put an extra shift in because there are fewer players that he trusts there on the bench. This is the key with this game against, as we've pointed out a few times, potentially one of the worst ever Premier League sides. If you can be comfortable on 60 minutes, you don't mind throwing a Train Yoni on there, or Rio Ngamoa, or even a Calvin Ramsey. You know, if you know that Wolves have sort of given up the ghost and it's damage limitation. So that's why it's important, I think, for Liverpool to start well early. But yeah, it's good news. We don't know how long they're going to play, if Gakpo's going to come on, but yeah, the likes of Ekitike. I mean, Frimpong hasn't completed 90 minutes yet, has he, for Liverpool? That I can remember. You know, he's just come back off his second injury in his short Liverpool career. So, yeah, these guys will potentially need to come off. We don't want to be in what's been a surprisingly quiet Christmas schedule. It's normally games, you know, every 3 days. We don't want to be running these lads into the ground with the second half of the season coming. No,
you're absolutely right, man. Like I say, the fixture list has been kind of Liverpool in terms of, with so many absentees, the fact that they've had these gaps. They'll play today, they won't play again until New Year's Day, and then the weekend. It gets a little bit busier from there. Then it becomes Thursday, Sunday, something like that, with the Arsenal game being around the Thursday. So, yeah, it will start ramping up a little bit. So, yeah, you're right, Jay. Liverpool need to get these subs fit and fine and get them more minutes. Liverpool are going to need the likes of Gakpo and Bradley available to start games sooner rather than later. Dan, I'll come back to you. Interestingly enough, Jace rather spoke about Jeremy Frimpong there a little bit. These are the two fullbacks that we signed in the summer, and they are known for their in theory, their attacking prowess rather than so much in the defensive prowess. Again, home to Wolves, that in theory is something that you should be able to take advantage of. And both will add a little bit, especially for Frimpong, a bit of pace to a side that has looked a little bit one-paced at times. It'll be interesting to see with this diamond, are these the two fullbacks that Arne eventually wants to go to provide the width?
Yeah, you'd have to imagine so. I think that will be sort of formation dependent, as you alluded to right at the end there. I think if you do see the very narrow, compact midfield four that we've seen quite a bit of in recent weeks, in certain games in particular, I think that's when you will be looking to Frimpong and Kirkes to be high and wide and, as you say, provide that much needed at times impetus and pace as well. Jeremy Frimpong, as we know, we saw at right wing last week, he can be very direct. He commits men, he takes it forward at any given opportunity. Milos Kirkes, much the same. Kirkes likes to deliver earlier than Frimpong. I think Frimpong's keener to get to the byline and deliver from there where possible. But yeah, but these are the two summer signings, as you say, in those positions, and these were two players who we clearly felt had, you know, big roles to play at Liverpool. Hasn't quite happened yet, certainly not for Jeremy Frimpong, mainly due to injury. Kirk has had peaks and troughs in terms of his form. I think recently he's looked a lot better as well, a lot more composed in certain situations. I think he was just, everyone was going 100 miles an hour. The move felt it was just one step beyond at 1.4. He maybe got thrown into the deep end a little bit prematurely, but more recently he's looked much more like the Milos Kirkes that we signed from Bournemouth. So yeah, big afternoon for both of them. I don't think we'll see 90 minutes of Jeremy Frimpong. Kirkes have been swapping and changing with Robertson, as we know as well. So yeah, they might not get 90, but a 60-70 minute shift in a game whereby we are expecting to have the lion's share possession and territory. Again, potentially we saw Wolves with a very, very low block and actually look quite organised against Arsenal. So it might be difficult to break them down. Therefore, we might need the width and maybe some of the running skills and some delivery skills from those wide areas.
This is Liverpool's 18th Premier League game, so getting towards the halfway point there, Jay. It's going to be the first one that we haven't seen Sobbo. Yeah, he started every single game this season. He's been involved in all previous 17 Premier League games. So now, the cynics among us, and I maybe one of them, was like, if you're going to take a tactical yellow to get yourself suspended and just take a little break, maybe that is something that you do. That comes with risk, of course, but given what's ahead in terms of a Leeds team who made it really difficult at their place, Fulham, who have been historically really tough for us, and then Arsenal, if Sobbo was going to miss one, it was going to be this one. But we are going to see for the first time what does Liverpool's midfield / right-hand side look like without Sobbo and his pressing and his energy and his ability. It's going to be fascinating to see how they go without him.
Yeah, he's been Mr. Dependable, hasn't he? He's been Mr. Dependable in multiple positions. He's contributed defensively. I mean, literally, as in he's been playing right back. He's scored goals. He's been setting things up. He's been pressing. He's been leading the press at points. But again, you'd like to think, as much as we'll miss him, the quality in that midfield there. We've got a World Cup winner. Well, there's 3 Premier League winners. Mm-hmm. You know, Jones has been around the first team now for probably 5 or 6 seasons. You know, there's should be definitely enough quality in that central midfield to, I won't say run rings around Wolves, because they're going to make it difficult for us. But yeah, certainly they're going to have the lion's share of possession. I'd like to see Wirtz getting involved, maybe dropping deep, coming into that 10 position where Dan originally had it on the board as a 10 with 2 strikers. I'd like to be talking about a bit of a Wirtz masterclass today. I think this is the sort of fixture that historically Liverpool had struggled in, and even going back maybe 10 or 15, even pre-Klopp, you know, struggling to break down these stubborn sides. And I think that Slot identified that as a possible weakness. Someone who's a magician who can just spot that pass that no one else can, or do that trick that no one else can. Unfortunately, he hasn't added that to a position of Liverpool being very secure defensively. So actually, he's not really been able to showcase it all that often, although we have seen some more promising signs in recent months. I'd like to be talking about a really good Wirtz performance today with some assists or maybe even a goal. He can certainly drop back into that midfield if needs be.
Absolutely right. Then I bring you the Wolves team. Then Rob Edwards has made 4 changes. He's gone back to Sarr in goal. He done that a while ago, didn't he? He's decided to make that change in goal, which I don't think is horrendous from him. They've got Doherty, Mosquera, Bueno, Krecci, is it? Bueno, so it looks like a back 5. And midfield 3, maybe. Andre, Gomez, we've got Mane, Rock Kadare, I'm going to say, is how you pronounce that. I've got no idea, but I'll be honest. And then Hwang is back in. He's dropped, among others, Strand Larsen to his bench, Keanu Hoover as well. So 4 changes. Sofa score, for what it's worth, I can keep that screen on, Joe. I can bring the Sofa score up there. They've got it as a 3-4-3. How would you... It's Tolu. There you go. I didn't even know. I didn't know who that man was. And then Mane is a young 18-year-old kid who's making his first Premier League start as well. So it looks like it's probably going to be 3-5-2. That might change though. We'll see how it goes. But it looks like Doherty and either Bueno or Mane playing as fullback.
The chance is just 10 at one point, to be honest.
Yeah. Back 5, Dan. It'll be interesting to see this Liverpool team if it is against what is going to be an attempted solid back 5 from Wolves. They went to Arsenal and really frustrated them at times. I'm guessing their game plan might be a little bit similar here.
Yeah, I think it will be. I am a little bit shocked by the exclusion of Strand Larsen, to be honest. I mean, Wolves haven't got, as we've already said a few times now, we keep hammering home the point that they're currently on track to become the worst ever Premier League side. We don't want to wish anything horrible into existence today ahead of their not winning a game of football before coming to Anfield. But yeah, Strand Larsen's kind of been the silver lining-ish. Like, I know it's not been going well for him necessarily either, but it felt like if they were going to have any hope of getting out of this, seemingly absolutely destined for relegation situation that they're in, the goals of Strand Larsen were likely route to that, route to survival. But yeah, it's got to be, as we've said, it's got to be Wolves looking to sit very, very deep. They did a decent job at Arsenal. They frustrated them for large parts of that game. The goals were somewhat fortuitous when they did come. So if they can sort of take their learnings from that, I imagine they'll look to do so. We look to hurt teams different ways to what Arsenal generally do as well. So we'll pose some different challenges. You've already mentioned the genius of Flavien Wirth potentially having a big say on this game of football. But yeah, I don't imagine we'll see anything different from Wolves in terms of they won't be particularly enterprising, they won't be particularly free-flowing. They'll look to sit very, very deep and counter where possible. I suppose Hwang does offer a bit more pace in Strand Larsen. He just doesn't give them the outball that Strand Larsen does. That's why I felt like they go to him, because they're going to be, under the cosh for large parts of the game. Just having someone to hit sometimes, maybe get you up the pitch, can be beneficial, but he's gone a different way.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how they do. My guess is, like I say, although, to be fair to Rob Edwards, he's trying to put a young 18-year-old kid in a way at Anfield. It's almost like go and express yourself, mate. Yeah. We're losing every week anyway. Like, what you might as well have a go. So, Mane, he'll be a complete unknown. I can't say I know a lot about him, but it may be Edwards. And listen, I wouldn't be shocked if Wolves had already planned. They should be planning for the Championship next year. This gap is absurd with what they found themselves in. But yeah, maybe we'll see. Maybe he is a little bit more expressive, because picking an 18-year-old player, Jay, to just go, right, you're always going to sit and defend our own box, you'd probably think there's better options on the bench than that. So maybe there is a little bit of enterprise coming from Wolves. I don't know.
Yeah, and you'd think that would be, if I was Rob Edwards, I would be emphasising go and express yourself. Maybe nothing to lose is not really the right expression, but you don't want him to sort of wither under the lights, wither on the big stage. And I'm just looking at our bench there under Dan's socked feet, or behind Dan's socked feet. A little secret for you. Kieran Morrison, who both me and Dan really like, he started against Crystal Palace, and we were going, go and express yourself, but it didn't really work for him. Sometimes it's tricky when you're an 18-year-old. So you'd like to think Edwards, to say, you've got a really huge defensive responsibility today, son, that's putting an awful lot on an 18-year-old's head. I'm surprised. I'm like you. I'm surprised with no Strand Larsen, because we've got half an eye on Forest here. Liverpool were on top of Forest earlier in the year. One corner, boom, 1-0 to Forest, and then the wheels come off for Liverpool. Strand Larsen's a big fella, if nothing else, and Liverpool have had a fairly poor set-piece record this year, so you'd think maybe that would be a way home. The other thing I was going to mention was Andre. Do you remember the Andre Trindade links?
No, not really, no.
Dan would have sold his firstborn to get into the power.
There was a point where Andre and João Gomez were starting for Brazil, and now we're talking about potentially one of the worst Premier Leagues. So there's got to be a bit of quality there. I'm just trying to think of not ways home for Wolves, but
What's the game plan?
Yeah, what are the, those two they're good at snuffing out chances. So, potentially Liverpool's midfield are going to have to be on top of their game to break them down.
I take your point on Wolves. Maybe just looking ahead to what the Championship looks like for them, and maybe blood in the likes of Mateus Mane and what have you might stand them in good stead further down the line. Who knows? But I get it looks insurmountable now. It looks almost impossible for them to stay up. Like bookies are probably paying out on them left, right, and centre to go down. But they've got to stop. They've got to stop losing. And they've got to start getting some points from somewhere. They have to look respectable at least.
I think that's why he's made the change though, Dan, because they haven't been able to get points. So he's probably thought.
But this is the place to do it.
Anfield,
Liverpool away at Anfield is not the place that suddenly goes, you know what, let's be a bit more expressive.
Maybe you might be right. I'm just thinking if you've lost 15 games, you're probably thinking, you know what, anything that's right. Can't get worse. They've conceded 37 goals, by the way, in those 17 games. Obviously, the 2 draws.
Arsenal was the blueprint, though. I'm sorry, because he nearly got out of there with results. So you just look to repeat the trick. You just look to go again, get a bit more good fortune on the side, maybe add a little bit more quality if you possibly can in pivotal moments. You don't suddenly throw the baby out with that bathwater. I'm glad he does, by the way, if this suits us and helps us.
I think you're right, Dan. I think you're right.
But I don't understand it because he's quite new in the job. He hasn't been there the whole season. He needs something. He needs something to turn around to the fans, to the board, and say, look, I know what I'm doing, don't worry, I've got this. Suddenly go in, like, our most potentially dangerous striker, you're out, and I'll bring this kid in. It might work for them, I hope it doesn't, but it feels a bit mad to me that I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I think it'll be probably like more of the same. They'll try and just frustrate Liverpool as much as they frustrated Arsenal. Stay in the game as long as you can, hope for a bit of good fortune, a bit of good luck at one moment, which is what they did there. But yeah, it is worth mentioning, they've been really poor. They've got 2 points. Like Liverpool should, regardless of the team win today, it should be that. It never is. Premier League's mad, and like I say, Arsenal found it tough against them, but it shouldn't be anything less. Obviously, anything less than a win for Liverpool is a big problem and a really bad result, especially, Jay, because obviously Liverpool's main first aim at this moment in time is this top 4 race. Manchester United winning somehow against Newcastle made that a little bit more interesting towards the top. Obviously Chelsea play Aston Villa today, so there's a chance Liverpool, if they win, they will be above Chelsea for the time being. And Aston Villa are the best team in the world at the moment, so there's no gimme there. But one of those 2 teams above us is going to drop points, maybe 2 of them. So we said, didn't we, a while ago on various shows, the first thing Liverpool need to do is stop getting beat, and they have stopped getting beat, and then they started winning, and now it's a chance where you play again Wolves, who are having a poor season, and then you're at home to Leeds, and we know Leeds were decent against us at their place, but they are a newly promoted team at home to Anfield. Like, these are games where Liverpool should in theory start stacking these wins, and before you know it, you're in 4th, looking at Aston Villa in 3rd. That's got to be the aim.
Yeah, I still don't think we're there in terms of saying Liverpool need to put on a show today. Liverpool needs to be like the Harlem Globetrotters, absolutely. I mean, I hope they do. I'd love to see a 4-0 or a 5-0. I'm still in that mindset of, I mean, we were on the edge of our seats against 9-man Spurs last week, where I'm still in that mindset of, I just want to see a fairly solid display. I don't mind if it's not all fireworks. I don't want to see. I mean, Wolves are going to come here to spoil, aren't they? I don't want to see loads of sideways passing. I know it's going to be difficult to break them down, as Dan said. It's going to be a 10-0-0 probably for a lot of the game. But it's one of the oldest cliches. But you just got to get the 3 points in the bag. I think move on. Get the 3 points in the bag, move on. When we've got more of our players back, when we've got a better bank of form behind us. I mean, our form's actually all right. Going back to it was the Sunderland game, I think, wasn't it? What was the last game we lost, actually? See, there's
West Ham's PSV last game.
PSV. Yeah. So we're going, so the fact that I had to ask that question is a decent sign for this season. What was the last game we lost? But yeah, I'd love us to express ourselves and really pace Wolves today, but I can't quite see it. I just think another solid performance and another 3 points to be fine for me.
Oh mate, yeah, just say this. What has to be a non-negotiable: win the game, and we'll see where we are. And like I say, Liverpool, the injury situation is becoming a problem with Liverpool, and we need to make sure that they don't pick any more of those up, suspensions, that kind of stuff. The squad's already thin. There's a boost that those 2 50-50s in Gakpo and Bradley are back, because the list of lads missing is almost as long as the 11 that are starting. Obviously, Sobbo comes back next week, which is a huge bonus as well. But Salah with Egypt, they're going to be through. They've won both their games, so he's going to be away a little longer. Obviously, Isak's a long-term issue. So there's definitely more games that Liverpool are going to have to manage. So yeah, that's the first thing. Win and try and keep everyone on the field as long as they can. I do want to go back down to this Chiesa thing. It's the main topic of conversation in the chat. And again, understandably so. Federico Chiesa has become a little bit of a cult hero. He's had good moments for Liverpool. Chris Pajak's always had this opinion that he thinks Slot just thinks Chiesa's a striker and that he's not a winger, and that he only ever really puts him on it when it's going to be up front. Can he play right wing? What would you expect if he does play on that right wing? I mean, he can play left, by the way, invert, can easily go over to the right, but what would you like to see, and what do you think he can do? By the way, Man City have just scored, just like that.
That's yeah, okay.
We're not catching them, Dan. Don't worry about them.
I mean, I don't love.
We need to stop Forest catching us before we worry about City catching City.
Yeah, I don't love either team currently playing football, to be fair. Anyway, Chiesa, what can I expect? What do we expect from him? So much will be position dependent, as we already touched upon, because I think there is 3 positions you could potentially occupy this afternoon across the entire of the front 3. I think he'd be at home in almost all of them, to be honest. I mean, that was one of the real plus points when we did sign him, short of what we spoke about in terms of what he'd done in the past and the vast experience and the clear quality that he possesses, albeit somewhat, hindered by injuries in recent times. When we signed him, I think we were all quite excited about the prospect of having someone who could play across the entirety of the front 3. So we could well see anything from him today. But just like I said earlier on, a real sort of desire, willingness to put a shift in, does a lot of work off the ball as well, doesn't shy away from any of that. When he does get opportunities, I think one of the things I've liked most about Chiesa in the cameos that we have got has been his shoot on sight policy. Actually, sometimes I think Liverpool can be a bit shot shy at times, and Federico Chiesa certainly can't be accused of that. And I think actually in a game like today, we're going to go up against a team that are lacking confidence, but also likely to come and put up a bank of bodies in front of the box and in front of the goal. Somebody who's just willing to have a crack whenever the opportunity arises. It can be really, really helpful because it can create anything. You could score from it directly, of course, but it can create a ricochet, deflection, you get a corner from it, who knows what may happen. So, yeah, Chiesa doesn't shy away from opportunities to maybe land something on the goalkeeper. Really direct, full of pace, full of energy. And I think more than anything, he'll just leave absolutely everything out there. We've already spoken about the fact he doesn't get many opportunities to start Premier League games. So he's going to run with this one. He's going to try and take it with every single thing he's got. So I'm really excited to see what Federico Chiesa unleashed can bring to this Liverpool team, because I do think, Jay mentioned the point earlier on, at times we have looked a little bit one-dimensional, a little bit pedestrian. Chiesa isn't that. He is a bit of a box of tricks. He's a bit unknown to us, let alone Wolves. He'll go out, he'll go in, he'll run at people. I think he's just going to try and make something happen, because that's kind of how his Liverpool career has been.
It'd be interesting to see how Frimpong does at right back as well, Jay, because like I said, last time we saw him was in a much more advanced role. He'd been out for a month, and then he comes back in and he plays effectively as a right winger, doesn't he? Against Spurs, and actually does really well, for the most part, and obviously he's involved in the goal. Ultimately gets a bit of good fortune, but he deserved it. Today, I mean, it looks like he's going to be playing as a more conventional right back, but we know his forte really is getting up and down that pitch, and the pace and the ability on the overlap, whether it be linking up with the Chiesa or maybe with the Vert or the RTK, we'll find out. But this is kind of the man Arne Slot signed in the summer. Whether that was to start or whether Conor Bradley was meant to start, I don't know. But it's a real opportunity here for Jeremy Frimpong to finally just really properly kickstart. It's Liverpool creates. It's coming fits and starts. He starts the season injured, back in injured, back in and involved in a goal last weekend. But real opportunity for him to, like I say, that shirt's up for grabs. We don't know who our starting right back is at this moment in time, and a good performance from him can help him keep Conor Bradley on the bench going forward. Yeah,
absolutely. And I'd like to see a bit of what you said there, getting on the outside. I know he was playing in a more attacking role last week, but this is a game where we're going to be expected to have the lion's share of possession. All right, there is still a defensive responsibility on his shoulders, because you don't want to see us getting turned around and getting completely overrun. Although if Wolves do decide to break, he's definitely got the pace to go and catch up. This could be an opportunity for him. I'd like it to be an extra attacking outlet for us, going on the outside like he was last week. Again, We had Spurs 10 men sitting in. At points, it was hard to break down, and we found a lot of joy through the wide areas with Vert pulling left and Kirkes and Frimpong on the other side. I was really encouraged by his performance. I nearly used my veto last week on the player rating show to move him slightly higher because I was really impressed with him. Yeah, you'd like to think he shouldn't be, fingers crossed, having to deal with loads defensively. Be interesting to see, because we've just seen so little of him in a red shirt. It'd be interesting to see what he can do from that right back position. Although, as we said before, I don't expect him to play the full 90, given that he's been out for about 8 weeks, wasn't it? Something. It was quite a serious amount of time. So
yeah. Frankfurt, he was injured in Frankfurt. That'll be interesting. Like Jay says, he is going to be nominally right back. That is fair to say, but. Yeah, he's probably going to be more in their half. You would hope, if things go up to plan, he's going to be much more of an attacking threat than he needs to be a defensive one. But I know we've had conversations in the past about Jeremy Frimpong and what we make of him, where he's at so far. But yeah, I know you, and sometimes I think you'll admit the thing, you've been a little bit hesitant to know exactly what you think of him. Kind of, this might be the game where, in theory, you should get to see the best of what he's meant to be the best at.
Yeah, it's a game tailor-made to suit his strengths, really, isn't it? He is playing, as a right back, but, maybe in name only, because he's going to be asked to do and get involved in a lot of what Liverpool are trying to do in attack, and he may well be popping up in some very advanced areas, getting on the ball a lot in the final third, maybe providing a bit of a decoy runner at times for others like Wirtz, like McAllister, maybe like Ekitike, just being a presence and sort of making a nuisance of himself. I think it is absolutely perfect for him, this. So it's an opportunity for him to maybe sort of announce himself a bit as a Liverpool player and show us all the reason why we went and signed him, because I was delighted. I was over the moon when we brought him in, because you watch what he was able to do over by Leverkusen, of course, and success he had there and how much of an integral part of that he was. It was clear to see why Liverpool were willing to go and pay the 35 million release clause to bring him in, because, yeah, he ticks so many boxes. However, I think it's fair to say I'm willing to reserve judgment because of the injuries that he's picked up. So it's never easy moving to a different club, a new club, certainly not in a new country, full stop. However, when you add into the fact that he's been injured twice along the way in 6 months or whatever it's been, like, that's nigh on impossible to really show your true colours. Now he's fit, albeit not fully. Now he's got himself a start in the Premier League against the bottom of the league. So show us what you're all about a little bit, Jeremy. Like, this is time now for me. We said it a few weeks ago about Alexander Isak. He had his own problems, and he was building up, and he was building up. And at one point, you just got to almost draw the line and say, right, this is you now. Make that shirt your own. We spoke about the 9 in terms of that. This is your opportunity. He's got an opportunity because Conor Bradley's been injured as well. Jeremy Frimpong, it's your shirt as we speak right now. Go and keep it.
Yeah, I'd say this should be the type of game where he gets to show what he's best at. That pace going forward, that ability to get in the box from the other back post, the ability to get crosses into the box. Well, in theory, it should suit him, provided everything goes to plan. But that is not always the case. I've even had to put the lucky shirt back on. Even I wasn't convinced. I will keep wearing the shirt, by the way. Until...
You're nervous? Everyone nervous?
Not nervous, because listen, if we get beat, it's something's gone really, really wrong. So no, we can't be nervous at home.
But there's an added tension because of the Wolves situation.
What I would say is that,
you know what I mean?
Jay's right, and that you can never fully at this moment in time completely 100% trust this Liverpool team, but everyone else are beating Wolves, like some of the worst teams. So in theory, it should all be fine. But yeah, I don't know if anyone is 100% nailing this on as probably we should be. Right then, we are going to take a quick break very shortly, after which Dan will be in the host chair for half an hour or so for the Fan Interactive Show. You guys have your say on all things Liverpool Wolves, but also transfers, injuries, whatever you want to talk about with Dan. You get your say for half an hour. Then me and Jamie will be back around 1:45. And then we'll bring you the full watch-along Liverpool versus Wolves, after which we'll also be heading over to Redmen Plus, Jamie and I, for the player ranking show. We ranked the Liverpool players based on your votes via social media. So that is how the day is going to pan out. We've also got boots on the ground at Anfield in the form of Chloe, Paul and Chris, I think. I probably should have checked that before. But yeah, they're all down there as well. So there'll be comments and videos coming from Anfield as well. So that is it for this part of the show. Here's a quick break, after which you can speak to Dan.
Touched on conceding the set piece goal. You haven't scored many this season either. Is that something you're really focusing on at the moment? Because obviously the record hasn't been great this season on both sides of it, really.
We're not focusing on that at this moment. We are so focused on that. I am so focused and since I'm here as well, but I know the importance of set pieces. It gets more and more and more and more and more. That's why we are so annoyed by our current record, because it's impossible to play top 4, top 5 with our set piece balance, let alone winning the league. So we're the only team in the top end of the table that has a negative set piece balance. All the others are positive set piece balance, and we're not only negative, we're -8. -8, and we're still on equal points, 4th, I think, if I'm correct. So we all know why, because in open chances created, we're the number 1 in the league. So no one has to tell me how important set pieces are, and not even any manager in the world anymore, let alone in the Premier League, because the Premier League is now, if I say 50-50, I exaggerated a bit too much, but set pieces are so important. That's why it's a big frustration for us that we are where we are this season, because last season, when we were halfway through the season, we had not even conceded one set piece yet. And in the second half of the season, where I've said many times already that we didn't play the same football anymore as we did the first half of the season, not as good anymore, for all kind of reasons, but we had a great set piece record, because I think we scored 7 set pieces the second half of the season. So it's a chance for you winning the league if you have a good set piece balance. But if we are -8 and Chelsea is, I think, +8, Arsenal's +8, I don't exactly know the numbers, but they're all, United is very high in set pieces. So if you look at that, you could almost say how special it is that we are having the points we're having. If you have that.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Redmen TV and your watch along at Liverpool taking on Wolves in the Premier League this afternoon at Anfield, of course. Hope you're all well, hope you're all enjoying the festive period, however you're choosing to spend it or not. You do you, ultimately. But I hope you're good, regardless of the current situations you're going through. Hopefully the Reds can make you a little bit better as well this afternoon. That's the plan anyway. I'm going to address the rumours about my Jamie Frimpong agenda, which people seem to believe is bordering on hatred. It absolutely isn't. I'll admit to being a little bit underwhelmed by Jamie Frimpong's start to life as a Liverpool player thus far. I'm willing to reserve judgment on his entirety of his Liverpool career until more evidence has been collected. Hopefully starting today, because he is starting today for what it's worth. And this is the part of the show, for anyone who hasn't joined us for one of these ever, is where we just talk, we just chat it through, and whatever you want to talk about. We can do team selection, we can do the subs bench, we can do transfers, we can do rumours, we can do opinions. The world is your oyster. Who's on the bench? Asked Dave Wood. Wouldn't mind seeing some kids get on it for a couple of goals up. Listen, that's the dream, isn't it? Given the way we are currently going about our business, it may well be wishful thinking, but I'm there with you. And we are playing Wolves, who, as we've said 15 times now, are currently on track to be the worst ever Premier League side. Make of that what you will. The bench consists of 2 goalkeepers, Mamadashvili and Freddie Woodman. Conor Bradley back, which is good. Andy Robertson, another right back in Calvin Ramsey. Trey Neone, Wellesy Lucky, Rio Ngamoa and Cody Gakpo, who is also back after a mini absence. Both Gakpo and Bradley were sort of billed as 50-50 by Arne Slot earlier in the week, and both have made the matchday squad, which is good news. Adds a bit of quality and a bit of much needed experience to that bench as well, because short of those 2 and Robbo, it's young. The 4 who have managed to sort of group together on there in Calvin Ramsey, Trey Neone, Wellesy Lucky and Rio Ngamoa, like, how old are all of Ramsey's? Somewhat of a veteran amongst that quartet at like 22. So yeah, young bench, but hopefully, as you say, all 4 of them can come on, because we are home and hosed on the hour mark. Let's join forces. Daniel Ward, my friend, I hope you're good. I'm Sam as well, thanks, and Christmas was very kind to me. I hope it was the same for you. Yeah, let's join together on Chiesa. We can put our differences to one side with Szoboszlai absent, can't we? Yeah, I'm up for that. The best thing on his Christmas dinner plate, annoyingly, I think we're all, again, I asked the lads a minute ago about this and whether the anxiety levels were raised or heightened slightly because of the Wolves not winning a game yet situation. For me, that's definitely the case. So I am quite concerned. But at least I'm backing the team and the bench to be fine. Obviously, there's loads of senior lads missing. I'm aware of that as well. But yeah, the whole, it can't go on like this. It can, is a thing. But also, Wolves not winning, you just think, well, at some point they're going to win, aren't they? You just don't want it to be today. What's a normal, pretty standard Christmas dinner? Pretty much everything on the plate, as you would imagine. I don't shy away when it comes to portion sizes. I eat food. I know, mate, all good. The best thing on a Christmas dinner plate that I'm probably going to be quite controversial and say something like, I do like Brussels sprouts, and they're quite rare not in terms of like, they're not gems, but we don't eat them all the time. They're up there, like parsnips are also good. Yeah, so I'm probably going against the grain somewhat. Is that true? I'm not convinced that's true. Ben Woodburn is currently playing his trade at Salford alongside Fabio Borini because, of course, why wouldn't they be together at Salford? Let's be honest. That was always going to happen, wasn't it? I'm good, thanks. You're going for a 3-0 win. Hugo hat-trick. Wow. Certainly making the most of Alexander Isak's absence and the potential free run. It just cemented himself as Liverpool's number 9. There's a couple of opportunities like that around today. Obviously, we know Chiesa's getting a rare start. We've already spoken about Frimpong in detail and maybe him sort of keeping Conor Bradley out the side for a few weeks as well. So, yeah, I don't know the full details of this on the screen. I did want to quickly make mention of this because obviously it is going to be a very emotional afternoon at Anfield, like so many of them have been since the tragic events of the summer. But yeah, with Wolves coming to town, obviously a club where he made his name in many ways, Diogo, certainly in England, and we know how much he meant to Wolverhampton Wanderers as well as us. It's going to be an emotional one. I don't know the ins and outs specifically. I've seen a lot of people paying tribute already this morning down at Anfield, people visiting the various murals around the ground. I've seen some pictures from that as well, and obviously the song will get sung on the 20-minute mark, of course, which would be particularly poignant and a real moment with both sets of fans obviously joining in on that. So yeah, it's going to be an emotional one. Definitely. There's no easy way to sort of segue or go into a different conversation, but Liverpool will have to embrace that and experience that for what it is from a playing perspective, as will Arne Slot and the fans inside the stadium as well, but also try and take care of business in terms of getting 3 points over the line. Yeah, hopefully they will be dreading the game. I'm intrigued. I'm not going to spend loads of time, unless we really want to, talking about Wolves' choice of personnel, but I am a bit surprised by it, going with Hwang up top, which isn't necessarily surprising in terms of he starts a lot of games for them, but that Mateus Mane alongside him and no Strand Larsen, that's quite a strange omission to me, because Liverpool's Achilles heel a lot of the time this season has been big, powerful strikers, willing to put the body on the line, put themselves about a little bit. Set pieces, we know, have been a real problem area as well. So to not pick a 6'6" centre forward feels counterintuitive to me. And I guess Wolves, we spoke briefly about it, Wolves may be looking ahead and writing this season off as a bad job and saying, let's just go and attack the Championship and blood some youngsters and, whatever. But they need to pick up some points at some point. Like, Rob Edwards has got a job to save, unless they've just given him carte blanche, do what he wants and say, it's your job for the foreseeable, crack on, my mate, then who knows. But yeah, doesn't feel, again, fingers crossed, doesn't feel like the best route to a victory for them at Anfield, but let's hope so. Nice to see Chiesa in the starting lineup, and pigs in blankets are the one. Well, yeah, not for me. Are you talking about honey glazed parsnip sort of tits? Hang that comment in the Louvre. Someone screenshot me now and send me it, will you? Because I've never agreed with a comment more on this channel. Because they are. they really are. Yeah, wonderful stuff. Simon Hooper. I know what, it's been a while since I've checked refs. I think I just came to the conclusion that they were all dreadful. I used to make it like a weekly ritual of mine, checking who our refs and VAR was, of course, because when I felt like it was a vendetta and the world was against us in officials' parlance, which it still might be, I used to check every single match who was going to be doing it. But then I just went, you know what, they're all shite. So why am I wasting my time? And it's just a pleasant surprise when they get a decision right, or one of them's got a full head of hair. So it may well be Simon Hooper. He's the one who is at the centre of our Luis Diaz disallowed goal, I think, if I'm right in saying, the Spurs. But again, I come back to it. They're all so bad that ultimately, much of a muchness. Nathan, the end of that comment's fine, because I agree with the turkey stuff and the Yorkshire puddings being an absolute staple part. But refuse sprouts and parsnips, that's disappointing. Thoughts on... I like Bradley Barcola a lot. I assume that's Anthony Gordon, because we already own Cade. Yeah, I'd be up for Bradley Barcola. I think, obviously, now it looks like Semenyo may not be happening. I'd be interested to see whether Liverpool do have an alternative lined up. I would like to imagine we would, both in terms of the attacking department and centre-halves. Gahey will be the go-to choice. I'm certain of it. He will be our number one target. This kind of ties into this question here. But if it can't be Mark Gahey, I really hope, I sincerely hope Liverpool have different players on their radar, because I think we need at least one minimum in January. Centre half, that is. I'd love to bring the attacker in as well. Obviously, the long-term future of Mohamed Salah still remains somewhat up in the air. Alexander Isak, we now know, is going to be out until nigh on the end of the season. We probably wanted and felt like he might have been benefited by having another attacker in anyway. So why not do it in January? The centre-half situation's clearly, like, it's there for all to see, isn't it? We've been running on. Konate's been missing training for the past few days, managed to get himself together in what shape or form, who knows, for this game. Injections, maybe strapping, I'm speculating, but he's playing the game, and he hasn't been at it all week. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk has remained, touch wood, absolutely bulletproof all season long thus far, in the Premier League especially. But Joe Gomez currently out injured. Obviously, we know about Giovanni Leone. And other than that, we're putting square pegs round holes, go inside the centre half. We know Ibu Konate could well be on his way out the door anyway in the summer, so you're going to need to replace him at some point anyway. So what's stopping us? Obviously, the market and the finances involved are one thing, but the need is there. The need is clear for all to see. Just fast forward plans if you need to. And Virgil van Dijk comes into the conversation as well in a different sense, because if Leone was brought in to be his successor or the Konate successor, well, at some point in the next 12, 18 months, you have to do both anyway. So, yeah, if it can benefit us between now and the end of the season and make whatever this season turns out to be possible or salvageable, then, yeah, I just don't understand. And this may well happen anyway. It's just a natural thing, because I don't see the value for anybody keeping him at Aston Villa. Aston Villa aren't getting anything from him because they're not using him, and such is their wish. They're going along nicely without him. You can't really talk negatively about how they're going about their business right now. I'd love to have seen Harvey have a real crack at it and be successful there. Hasn't happened for whatever reason. We need bodies in the door. We need numbers. And also, if we are in a position come the end of January whereby we're quite happy with our lot, again, maybe we have signed an attacker, you can allow Harvey to go somewhere in Europe. And if he just stays at Aston Villa and, for want of a better expression, just rots between now and the end of the season, like if we come to a position in the summer where you want to sell him, his value is depreciated dramatically because he hasn't kicked the ball in anger for months. So, yeah, it makes sense for all to do this, is kind of what I'm trying to say. I haven't heard that, and I'd also be very surprised at that, because that is way ahead of schedule. Like, way ahead of schedule. If there's been I'll be honest, because it's been Christmas, I haven't been completely as across everything as I probably should be, given my job, about the Reds. Generally speaking, I have been. I'm good, thanks as well, mate. Hope you are good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think so about Leone, to be honest. That feels premature somewhat. I'd be delighted though. I've seen the Kareem Adeyemi links as well, to go to a point earlier on in the chat. I don't love the Adeyemi links. I'd love us to sign him directly from Salzburg 2 or 3 seasons ago, whatever it was, but yeah, not so sure anymore. Quick, but yeah, I'm not convinced. And this, by the way, is up there with dream Christmas presents. Let's have it right. Without sounding like, I must have one. I met him. I must have one. I met him at his mural. Sure, they're going to sign something. I feel like I did. I should really know, shouldn't I? That's bad, that. I'll have to check when I get home. Promise you. But well, boss, good for you, because yeah, what a footballer. One of, gun to me head, name your favourite Liverpool players of all time. Bobby Firmino is not far away from that conversation for me whatsoever. absolute legend. Just loved watching him play footy. No, unless we could go and sign him, I guess. But we couldn't bring him. He's not on loan. He's gone on a permanent basis to Bayer Leverkusen. Although interesting, some of you may have missed this, and I don't blame if you did. 2 or 3 months ago now, I did a show here with Paul Gorst of The Echo, and he told us that we know Liverpool have got a buyback clause on Quansah, which I think becomes active in 2 years' time. I'm trying to remember exactly the ins and outs and the details of this deal, so bear with me. But we obviously sold us by Leverkusen with a view to at some point potentially bringing him back for a set fee, let's say 60 million just for talking's sake. But beyond that, Liverpool have seemingly already pre-negotiated the contract Joe Quansah will be on should he come back, which was fascinating to me. I had to when Paul said it to me, I had to re-ask him and sort of prompt him to say it again, slower. But Liverpool have already signed Quansah's new deal for if we bring him back to the football club in 18 months' time, which is mad. And you know what? This is probably the biggest compliment I've ever been paid. I adore Alan Partridge, which in of itself was quite Partridge. So I'm not at all shocked to hear or see that wrote down because, yeah, if there's anybody I was going to model my presenting style on or my just general mannerisms on, it's probably Alan Partridge because just what a genius. Steve Coogan, of course. What a genius that man is. Yeah, exactly. Which is, I've never heard of it before. Let's put it like that. To have pre-agreed a contract with a footballer 2 years ahead of potentially bringing them back to the football club just felt wild to me. But also told me Liverpool clearly felt very highly about him and very strongly about the fact that at some point he will, come of age, if you like, and really come into his own as an elite level player. We've seen glimpses of it at Liverpool, less so under Arne Slot. Arne Slot clearly didn't fancy him whatsoever. But yeah, I was a fan of Quansah, to be fair. And I think given where we're at in terms of centre-back numbers right now, I think we all would have quite liked to have stuck him around. I'm not going to give you the aha, nor the dan. Although, as you can imagine, as a huge Alan Partridge fan, I was lucky enough to meet Steve Coogan as Alan Partridge not long ago. I got him to sign something for me, obviously. Don't know how we've got here, by the way. He asked me what my name was, and I told him, and obviously he thought I was lying. Because the famous Dan. Yeah, he literally just went he looked at me as if, come on, what's your name? And no, genuinely, it is Dan. Nice fella, actually. They say, I think at the time, it was probably, must have been getting on 10 years ago. He was up there in terms of hero status for me, Alan Partridge, which is silly, I know. But I absolutely gospel worship word for word. I'm Alan Partridge, both series, just unbelievable stuff. And I know people hate it, and people don't get it, and that's fine. Everyone's different, aren't they? We've all got our likes and dislikes, but mentalist, just brilliant. We won't go down this road though, because there'll be people in the chat who have even no idea what we're talking about or can't stand Alan Partridge. So let's come back to football. He actually, just very quickly, the Koch past Babtrich was outside in Manchester. That was great. Good times. Who is Alan Partridge? See what I'm talking about? That is quite funny in itself, though. Arsenal bottled the league in December. Crazy work. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, won't we? The lesser of two evils is potentially Man City. It might even be Aston Villa at this point. Who knows? I can't really begin to work out who I want to win the league at this point, short of Liverpool doing the miraculous and just winning every game between now and the end of the season, which I think we'd all be very surprised about, but also very happy with. And another one. It's great banter. Really is. Come on, we need to move. Would you like to see Bajcetic? I would love to see Stefan Bajcetic back playing soon. I would love to see Stefan Bajcetic back training soon. A bit of a mystery, Stefan, to be honest. I was all for seeing him in action under 21s. I obviously go and watch a lot down at the academy. And for a good 2 or 3 weeks on the spin, I was kind of anticipating, because he was spotted a couple of times in around some training situations around the AXA. And I was like, okay, yeah, we're clearly getting somewhere. And then I asked Rob Page, under-21s manager, at one point, whether we were likely to see him back playing for them. And forgive, this was sort of maybe October time, possibly. And he said, yeah, we're looking at a couple of weeks. Those couple of weeks came and went, and he was still nowhere to be seen. And now here we are, basically in 2026, and still yet to make an appearance whatsoever. Now, in fairness, the under-21s haven't played for about 5 weeks, and they still got another 3 weeks before they start playing again, competitively anyway. But as far as I'm aware, he hasn't been in and around any matchday squad, certainly for the first team, and also in some of the friendlies that 21s have played. So what does the future hold? I think we'd all have to ask ourselves that question when it comes to Bajcetic. I think he's certainly was an exceptional talent. Whether potentially a couple of dodgy loan moves or one too many bad injury layoffs have meant that his trajectory has gone from really steady upwards to plateau, and maybe even worse, going downhill a little bit. But I think the best thing to do for all parties at this point would be loan him out again, unless we can get him a good chunk of 15, 20 games of footy at under 21 level, and maybe getting him in around some cup games if we go deeper into the FA Cup, who knows? Because this is good. Because we all seen it, didn't we? Like a prodigious talent, like proper, like at a time when all was crumbling around Liverpool's midfield in particular, Stefan Bajcetic just emerged as this teenage wonder kid, and we all just went, wow. Bulk that lad up a bit, get him used to the rigours of Premier League footy, get him a little bit more, experience, a bit more tougher, and watch him go, because he had everything. He seemed to be the perfect profile. Could put a foot in, read the game really, really well, comfortable in possession, and actually had an influence moving forward as well. We saw that goal at Villa Park. Wonderful, brilliant feat. However, just stopped. Like one injury, and to be fair, the injury seemed to drag on forever. I remember Klopp almost weekly giving us an update that, we'll be back in a couple of weeks, and that just seems to be a recurring theme. But yeah, who knows? Hopefully, for his own sake, not from a Liverpool point of view, that'd be boss, but just to see him back playing football somewhere regularly would be good at this point, because nobody wants... That's good. Nobody... And I'm literally a walking... Scam me, and you get like a little price thing comes up for Brussels sprouts. But yeah, just... Bajcetic needs to play football again, because his career has stagnated, I think it's fair to say. I'm concerned, this is in italics, so I'm duty bound to read out. I'm concerned that Rio isn't getting the football for the juniors. Not heard that word for a while. Whilst travelling with the first team and not getting any game time for them. I 100% agree with you. And I think actually there were some calls around Rio to start him this week, given the lack of attacking options that we had. Obviously, we didn't know Gakpo was going to be available, albeit only on the bench. And we know how Chiesa shy Arne Slot has been in the past. So people were discussing the possibility of Ingamoa. Now, what made that more plausible and palatable in many ways in my mind was the fact that about 2 weeks ago, he played for the 21s in a friendly, I think it was against Sheffield United, but I might be wrong on that. Correct me if I am, if you know in the chat. But which clearly says to me, because I've been saying that for a little while now, that says to me Liverpool felt the same. Liverpool felt that whilst all this travelling and experience and being around the superstars and training with the superstars was great for Rio, at some point you've just got to play footy, and that wasn't happening very often. And Liverpool might have looked at the injury situation and gone, we might need Rio for longer than 5 minutes at the end of a game or some time, and he hasn't actually played anything like substantial football for 4 months. So they dropped him back to the 21s, and he played, I think he got like 70 minutes odd for the 21s. So clearly Liverpool felt the same as you do, and I did. So maybe we're not that stupid after all. But yeah, I think longer term, I don't think there's a loan pathway for Ingamoa, I'll be honest. I think certain players, I think Rio and Trey, are sort of loan exempt. And by that I mean Liverpool see them as that talented and that ready to be a part of our plans that they don't get loaned anywhere, which I know sounds mad, but I think certain profiles, certain personalities, they don't like loaning them out because they don't feel like they'll thrive in different environments, and they want to keep them under their wing and really wrap them in cotton wool and make sure every single bit of their development is nurtured and looked after by Liverpool. Now, Liverpool are great at developing relationships with loan clubs and having that real sort of overlord approach to lots of their youngsters, don't get me wrong, but with a couple of them in particular, a couple of special cases, I think they like to keep their arms around them. And they also think that their playing style won't benefit moves away necessarily, whereas someone who's on the board there that I'm looking at, Jane Dans, were it not for injury, would have been out on loan at least once at this point. And I think he is somebody that will benefit from a loan, just to go and get elbowed a few times in the head, which you don't get that much at under 21s footy. But yeah, that's my chat about that done. I'll start to wrap up now. Before I do, just a couple of minutes left before the lads come back in. So let's get some score predictions in, shall we? I'm yet to provide mine yet. So whilst I'm talking and elongating my words and sentence to allow yous to do, maybe, possibly, I like James McConnell. He comes into that Semperjets conversation. I think the likelihood is that Rotaro moves on at some point. Is that space for McConnell? Maybe with Bajcetic, but they both feel like something's got to give. Fitness for Bajcetic, and McConnell isn't really getting much game time over at Ajax. So yeah, decisions to be made there, or do we go out and buy one? Possibly, who knows? But I like both Bajcetic and McConnell. For what it's worth. Yeah, maybe. That's the way I see Liverpool looking at both Trey and Rio personally, but we'll wait and see. January may be a different story. 2-0 LFC, a comfy 4-0. You watched us recently. Liverpool 3-0. 3-1, 2-1, sorry, 5-0. Jesus, what I'd give for a 5-0. 3-0, 3-1, 5-0, 2-1. Come on, the Reds. Hello, my friend. Hope you're good. Prediction 3-0 home win. I like that. Ekitike and Chiesa. Don't like you so much, Kevin. Don't come back. 6-0 to kickstart the season. Just kickstarting our season casually in December. It's nearly January. Frosty outside. Liverpool about to kickstart the season. Why not? 12-1. Now that would kickstart the season. Shitting hell. I'd be far too busy backstage for a 12-1. Don't give me that. He did. He spoke highly of him. But yeah, like I say, his season hasn't really kickstarted yet at all over in Holland. 4-0. Chiesa Ekitike 2-0. Hugo Hattie. Good name. 3-1, 3-2. Out of contract. Divock, which made me a little bit sad, to be honest with you, because there are certain players at Liverpool that you just absolutely, unequivocally wish the best for. Divock Origi is 100% one of them. And to say it hasn't happened for him would be an understatement so far. Hope he finds himself a nice club and starts scoring goals again, because what a human being Divock Origi was and is. 5-0, Ekitike hat-trick incoming. 9-0. 2 red cards for Wolves. Yeah, okay, why not? 5-2, Chiesa hat-trick. 6-0, it's all happening here. Someone's saying Divock Origi, yeah, absolutely. Divock Origi actually had a nice knack of scoring against Leeds, didn't he? That lovely goal at Molineux to win it. Anyway, Steve is in the corner of my eye, so I'm going to love you all and leave you all. I will say Liverpool win this game 2-0. Flavian Wirtz and the aforementioned Hugo Ekitike to get the job done. Goodbye. See you all soon.
Listen, I'm not hammering Wolves yet, Liverpool, just explaining exactly the kind of season they've had. Like I say, 17 games played, 0 wins, 2 draws, 15 defeats. There's a great viral video going around of the lad doing blind ranking Wolves points from this season, and it's like 2 games. That's all he's got. I think it was they did do with Brighton and one other. They've scored 9 goals in those 17 games. They've conceded 37 goals in those 17 games as well. Yeah, again, I'll go back to it. You never take anyone lightly, and like Ben says, Liverpool might be feeling not exactly themselves. But if you could handpick an opposition, like I say, Luke, to get on that game where you know you're going to be short-handed a little bit yourselves with injuries and whatever, you would pick these. Yeah, you would, but it also does just feel like a massive banana skin, doesn't it? It just really does, doesn't it? It just feels like this is the one that Liverpool, after we look like we've turned the corner, we've got a good away win at Tottenham, a tough fought win, you know what I mean? That we turn up to play Wolves at home thinking we're going to win 4-0, then get rolled 1-0. It's just like written, you know? I hope not anyway, but it's one of them. You can always see it happening. It's a free hit for Wolves. They got absolutely, everyone thinks they're going to get battered, everyone thinks they're going to get relegated. Every game's a free hit. But just to touch on sort of
what Rob Edwards was saying. He was sort of going on about the conceding too many goals, and in my opinion, he put a little bit of a stop to that, but then they'll just concede a silly one. Like, Arsenal's a clean sheet, they don't score 2 own goals. You know what I mean? I know one of them comes off Sam Johnston, who's been dropped as well, by the way. He's gone with Sarr now in goal. If you're dropping your keeper, you know, you've got fundamental issues, in my opinion, because it's a bit of a scapegoat move. But if they can come and sort of hold Liverpool and hold us 0-0, we've struggled against that lower mid-block. So it's going to be difficult to open them up. However, I think the second Brentford goal, when I seen it on Match of the Day, is sort of like Krejci, the centre-half's got it, and he doesn't really know what to do, so he just plays as a lazy pass into Andre, then he plays another lazy pass, and it just looks like there's little fight or agency. That's something that we were talking about us struggling with. I think we've got to have a bit more fight in us now to go and beat Wolves, bottom of the league, on 2 points. If they're lacking that fighting agency, we should roll them. We really should.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Yes, we're just under 10 minutes away then from Liverpool versus Wolves in the Premier League. A big game for Liverpool. It's going to be an emotional game for everyone involved, of course, as well. The first time, of course, these two teams have met since the horrendous, tragic passing of Diogo Jota. I know I've seen reports Diogo Jota's children are going to be the mascots for the game, so it's going to be a very emotive Anfield. But yeah, Liverpool will have a job to do as well. Hopefully they can get that one done. It's going to be an interesting afternoon of Premier League football. We've just seen Man City beat Nottingham Forest. There's loads of games happening, so I'll try and keep you up to date with those as best I can throughout the course of the stream as well. We had loads going on, and fingers crossed, like I said, it'll ultimately end with Liverpool getting 3 very, very valuable points in time for that. Yeah, well, you want to sign off 2025 on with 3 valuable points and head to Leeds on New Year's Day full of a little bit more optimism, with a bit more of a spring in all of our steps. Dan predicted 2-0. Jay, I'm not going to get your prediction yet. Just we'll save that a little bit later on, but that's just one to keep in mind. What are we just expecting? A park the bus job on Liverpool having to break that down? Is that if I guess said to you now, how is this game going to go? Is that how you're seeing it?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think they certainly don't want... I mean, we scored after 45 seconds against Brighton. You know, Wolves don't want any of that. I think they would probably see the Nottingham Forest blueprint as potentially a way to go. Sit in, absorb a bit of pressure. You know, hopefully Liverpool, from their point of view, can't create anything clear-cut. Maybe get a set piece or a corner down the other end, or a breakaway. We were talking about Mane, the youngster. You know, can he get any kind of breakaway down that Wolves left-hand side? I think that would definitely be the way home for Wolves if I were Rob Edwards, because you can't really see them coming out and taking it. They're going to be ultra low on confidence, yet they did a very good job against Arsenal for 92 minutes or whatever it was before the unfortunate end from their behalf. But yeah, I can't really see them. That's been a thing that's frustrated Liverpool a lot this season. We have found it difficult to break teams down. It was even going back to the Burnley game, which was very early on in the season. Struggled to break them down that day. You know, it took a late penalty and a late kind of crazy decision from was it Hannibal? Gave away the penalty.
Yep.
I can't see them being too adventurous, and especially with that, they'll have that double pivot in the centre of midfield. Yeah, I would say safety first if I was the Wolves manager today, and then just see if we can snap it. I mean, 0-0 is a great result for them. You know, it stops the Ross. You know, I know it's not. I know it's. They're
currently 16 points. They've played 17 games. Nottingham Forest, to be fair, have played 18 games, and Wolves are 16 points behind safety. They are just absolute miles away. Liverpool just need to add, unfortunately, to their woes today for them, and get everyone get on with their days, because I'm already sure the Wolverhampton Wanderers powers that beer already planning for the championship. But you are right, Rob Edwards has brought teams to Anfield before and given a good account of himself, like I say, there's pride up, and there's also places at place for who's going to be in that Wolves team next year. There'll be lads looking for a move, and if you can do well against Liverpool, you know, there's one for, you know, Strand Larsen's being linked. I know he's on the bench, but like there's a few lads there being linked with moves away, and a little performance just a few days before the transfer window opens. Maybe there's something in that for Wolves. Right then, there are about 6 or so minutes to go until the start of the game. We have got 2 more of our legend prize draws to conduct. We'll do those now, and then we'll save the last one, the best prize, for Monday on the original show. So our first prize is this. Go on, Jay, you hold that for me. It's Bobby Firmino, best in the world. What a book. I mean, I wrote it, so it should be good. Along with Dan and Paul. We'll sign that if you want us to as well. If you don't, then we'll ask you, but why not? All for sign. So let's bring the wheel up. One of our Redmen legends is going to win the book. Let's spin that wheel. Thank you very, very much. That is on its way to you, Josh 26794. There you go, Josh. That is on its way to you. I'm guessing that's Josh's birthday, but who knows? Well done, Josh. That will be with you very, very shortly. And our second prize is this. This is the Liverpool squad picture from last year, the championship winning picture with some auto signs there. So yeah, that is on its way to someone. Good work, Jay. Look at that. You'd make a great QVC model.
I was just thinking, do you remember the Prices, Brucey's Prices Right? They'd always have the glamorous women, wouldn't they?
I'd rather have a glamorous you. You mean glamorous in the shirt anyway?
Well,
but
I'm working, bit of feedback. Chris said my shirt was too plain last week.
It was.
So I've come back.
No,
I've come back strong.
I don't think it was too plain. It was just surprisingly.
It wasn't what you would expect.
It wouldn't have classed that as a Jamie shirt. That is very much you. It matches your effervescent personality well. Right then, let's give the print away. Congratulations. It is on its way to you, you wonderful legend. Mark P. Congratulations, Mark. We'll get that shipped out to you very, very shortly. I've got a lot of posting to with these prizes, by the way. We're about 3 weeks behind. Listen, Christmas post ended. I was like, what's the point? Might as well wait till January now. They're going to get lost. So yeah, they're all on this way. We've got one more prize to give away then to our Redmen Legends subscribers, and that'll happen on Monday's Redmen Originals podcast. It is the 1984 European Cup shirt, signed by Liverpool goalkeeper Bruce Grobbelaar, and probably the most influential man in the history of Liverpool Football Club. Certainly one of them, King Kenny Dalglish. We'll be giving that away on Monday. So if you want to be in that draw, redmenplus.com, subscribe as a legend subscriber, get access to all the extra content, and you'll be in that prize draw. If you're one of our captains, you could just upgrade for a couple of extra pounds, even for just 1 month if you want, and then get yourselves in that draw as well. It's well worth it. A late little Christmas present for yourself. Don't give that one away. Keep that one for yourselves if you can get it. Right then, I can see Virgil van Dijk and Matt Doherty with their teams in the tunnel. Like I say, the Jota lads are some of the mascots for the game. I think there you see it there with his 20 on his back. It is an emotional game, this, isn't it, Jay, for obvious reasons. And like I say, it's the two clubs who Diogo represented with such pride. It's taken a while for us to get there, to be playing them, but I'm sure everyone the significance of this won't be lost on anybody.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's been a big thing that Liverpool have had to deal with. It's been, there haven't been too many comparative situations. I know Fiorentina very sadly lost a player a few years ago, and we, going back to the likes of Mark Vivian Foe and things, that's over 20 years ago. It's a very unusual thing for the players to have to deal with. It's going to be an emotional occasion. It's an emotional occasion every game on the 20th minute when the Liverpool fans sing the Jota song. But
Wolves will do theirs probably on the 18th minute, I guess, as well. Very poignant moment, yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it's still, I know Virgil van Dijk spoke about it recently, Jurgen Klopp spoke about it. It's not any, it just is what it is. It's horrendous, and yeah, fingers crossed, like I say.
Lovely column I saw by Klopp this morning, which you could check that out if you haven't seen it, but lovely words from a man who always seemed to know how to find the words, very emotional start of the game.
Absolutely. Right. I'm going to move these out the way. The Liverpool team. Let's get that out the way, don't need those. The Liverpool team, for those who missed it: Alisson, Becker in goal, a back four, Jeremy Frimpong, Ibu Konate, Virgil van Dijk and Milos Kerkez. A midfield, I guess, 3 of Gravenberch, McAllister and Jones, and then a forward line of Vert, Chiesa and Ekatike. We'll try and get the exact formation later. It could be the diamond, it could be 4-2-3-1. I don't know exactly what Liverpool are going to do. And then the Rob Edwards Wolves team, they've made 4 changes. Has Rob Edwards to his team. He's got Jose Sarr in goal. I guess a centre-back 3 of Mosquera, Bueno and Krejci. Is that how you say that? Krejci?
My check's pretty rusty.
And then Doherty and Bueno, I guess, will be the wing-backs. Andre, João Gomez will make up the rest of that midfield, and then Young, Mane and Hwang either side of Tolu Arokadare. I'm just going to call him Tolu. I'm going to struggle with that one. So 3-4-3/5-2-3. We'll guess. I'm guessing at times it'll be 5-4-1 as well. That is the Wolves team for this one. And yeah, it's Wolves in blue today, as Rob Edwards and Arne Slot embrace on the sidelines. Just to let you know as well, we will, as you can see, the Jota family there in front of Virgil van Dijk. There's Diogo's banner on the Kop as well. Obviously a very, very, like I say, point. There's Mrs. Jota as well, Ruth. Hopefully they're getting some type of support and comfort a little bit from this. Of course, it's horrendous what's happened, but hopefully the family are getting something from this. Yeah, they all are, bless them. Breaks your heart, don't it? Just seeing that family like that at this time of year, like it is just a horrendous situation. And yeah, like Ranko says in the chat, get your Jotas in the chat. The other games that are happening around the Premier League, then you've got Arsenal against Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth, Burnley, Everton, and West Ham, Fulham will all kick off at 3 p.m. We'll bring as many of those to you as we can. Yeah, Chris said, what country have we flown to today? We haven't gone far today. It's Christmas with the kids, families, and that. So we've just jumped over to Ireland for this one. Little night in Dublin, and then we're watching this on Irish TV today.
Chilly Island.
It's cold. It's not warm. Cups of tea involved. Jamie's shirt might suggest otherwise, but it's not too warm. Yeah, Keegan said there, I'm crying before the game even starts. Yeah, I must admit it. That was a little bit choked up there when I saw the Jota family. Just let you know, obviously, we will have our clock here when the game kicks off. Sync up to that, and then you'll be with us live. We are underway. I mean, I don't know what Joe's done with that clock there. All the best, Joe.
We're not good 2 minutes.
Good luck fixing that, Joe. All the best. We'll get it synced up as soon as we can. But the game is underway. Wolves attacking the Kop end in this first half in their blue and white kit. And yeah, already after a couple of seconds they're going to launch a long throw into the box. Joe's got some work to do to sync that clock up already, but the long throw will be in into the box very, very early on for the visiting side. Here they go, then bombs away into the box. Ibu gets a good head on it. Hoik back in though. Virgil gets his head on it. Good start for Liverpool centre backs in terms of the aerial duels. Wolves will try and break something on the counter. Virgil heads again away. And Kirk has cleared it. It's going to be another long throw. Wolves are getting the start of the game. Perhaps they wanted a chance to bombard Liverpool's box a couple of times.
This is why I was surprised about the lack of Strand Larsen, because he is such a bit. I mean, Norway's front three, the Sorloth, Haaland and Strand Larsen, they're all huge men, aren't they? Maybe something to look out for in the World Cup. Mosquera's going to sling this one in.
Yeah. Throw in again. Liverpool get the first header again. This time it was McAllister. Battle on the edge of the box. Wolves have won it, to be fair to them. Although they'll do well to keep that in. Have they won themselves another throw-in? No, it's a goal kick to Liverpool. Milos Kerkez did well in that situation. And there ends that brief moment of attacking from Wolves. Hopefully that is all the attacking they get to do. And the Reds have the ball at the back. Interesting, Vert looks like he's playing very wide on the left, and Chiesa playing very wide on the right. Liverpool trying to stretch Wolves, so it is more of a 4-2-3-1 with McAllister like as a number 10 it looks there, which again, against the team, if you think they're going to be back five and compact, getting wide isn't the worst decision. So it looks like there was chalk on the boots for Chiesa and Vert.
Yeah,
there.
I suppose that Wolves in defensive situations will drop back and create a back five. I feel like we've had trouble with back threes, back fives in the past. I know there was that game when against Wolves when McAllister had come back from South American qualifiers, and he looked like he hadn't slept on the plane, and he got hauled off at half time. I seem to remember. It looked like he was playing with jet lag or what. But yeah, I think that was a bit of the key to breaking down Spurs last week. I think we started creating more when we were pulling wide. Vert is obviously Vert has drifted inside now. He's so versatile in terms of his position, and he can play wherever he likes, really. Yeah, but yeah, I thought it would be Chiesa wide right. I'm not sure it's necessarily his best position.
There he is now. He's going to have a chance to get on the end of that, but Vert just overhits it. It was the right idea. from Florian Wirtz to try and find Federico Chiesa, but just too much. Well, the angle of the pass from Wirtz was wrong, and it's going to be a goal kick to Wolves. Yeah, I've always thought he looks better up front or off the left, Chiesa, than the right, but obviously needs most injuries, suspensions, AFCON. You've got to go and play. And listen, ultimately, Jay, when you're not playing much, any chance you get to play, you have to just go and do it. You know what I mean? You have to do a job for the team. You've got to go and do a job for the team and make your best fist of it as the ball goes long. Liverpool win it on the spin. Can McAllister get away from his man? He's done well to keep hold of the ball. Yeah. Can he find a pass now? He's getting fouled, surely. I
don't really know if that signal is, but yeah.
I got no idea. I mean,
he was asking for a foul, wasn't he?
I think Simon Hooper said you got your father about 5 times there, maybe before you got it. I think it was Andre, is it, with the foul? Yeah. Just leaning all over the back of Alexis and then chops him down right at the end. A little bit of Brazil and Argentina rivalry there. Liverpool taking the quick free kick and on the attack with Virgil out to Wirtz again, very wide on this left-hand side.
Jones coming wide left there as well.
Yeah, Liverpool's trying to stretch as best he can. Liverpool's just popping it around, go back to Virgil. There's got an overload on this left. They've got 5 players over there. They can work it well. Curtis looking for his pass. Just give it to Wirtz. Yeah, he does. I mean, Wolves are going to got everyone behind the ball here. Talk about parking the bus. They have very much parked this bus. Every single Wolves player behind the ball, obviously in 5-4-1 formation at this moment in time. Little dink ball from Konate is a poor one really to Chiesa. I don't think you need those type of passes against that defensive line. They're not going to work them.
No.
Keep it on. That's got to stay on the floor. There's no you can't play ball in behind them because there's no room in behind them.
No.
So I think that was a poor decision. Even if Konate got the pass right, I don't think it would have led to anything significant. And as it is, Wolves have the goal kick.
He's actually been all right at some of them recently, Konate. I've seen some fairly decent little chip balls out of the back, but yeah, it wasn't really the time. It was a bad idea and bad execution, I think.
Yeah. Wolves try and go on an attack down the left, but Hwang fouls Jeremy Frimpong in the Liverpool right back position. Free kick to the Reds. Yeah, I don't think chip balls from that. If you're going to go long, it's got to be early. Try and catch them in the transition. I don't think you're going to play long when they've got every single man behind the ball. I don't think that is going to be the time and place to do that.
Did Hwang score against Liverpool in that Leipzig game?
He scored for these against us as well.
Oh, yeah.
At their gaff.
Looking back, it was some team, wasn't it, that Leipzig team? Minamino and Haaland and Soboslai.
Liverpool do go long, Wolves head clear. See, if you're going to go aerial, that's the time to do it. When they've kind of pushed up a little bit, Van Dijk tried to play a Khatike and didn't get there. I think in these positions now, it's got to stay on the floor. They've got everyone back. There's no point. There's no space in behind them to play it. The switch is on good from Wirtz. Good ball to Frimpong. His touch takes him back to McAllister. Yeah, we haven't seen. I mean, look how high Frimpong is up the pitch. He's the right back, but he's normally playing right wing at the moment. And there's the left back in the exactly opposite position there. Look, Kirkes trying to get to the byline, does well into the box. Kirkes crosses.
Lucky.
And it's a good bit of defending by Wolves. It was really good by Kirkes, that.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That's what I wanted to see more of all season. He looked second favourite to get there, but he used his strength and then got the pull back. Yeah,
Wolves defended well. Liverpool take the throw in quickly now. Wirtz, twisting and turning. Give him a pass, boys. Jones runs in behind, stays on side, left-footed cross doesn't come in, right-footed one does. It's blocked to Kirkes. Liverpool trying to turn the screw already early doors with Wirtz and Jones linking up, and Kirkes have been involved a lot. I thought Jones could have just crossed that with his left.
Yeah.
Chose not to.
He seemed very left-hand sided, Jones, to start off. I don't know if this is a plan or just coincidence.
Yeah, just an overload on the left there. Just fires it through the line to Jones. Onto Wirtz. Wirtz then towards the byline. Cuts inside. Florian Wirtz still going, dancing through. Just took too many touches. He tried to dribble past the whole team. I think the space opened up for a shot or a cross. Probably a cross. Just took too long.
Yeah, he'd already beaten his man brilliantly, and the option was there for either a shot or a cross, but then he turned in again and ran into traffic. But promising signs. I know we haven't had a shot on target or anything, but a few little openings. It was a great ball through. I nearly commentated. Well, I hadn't even finished my sentence saying it was a great ball from Van Dijk when he gave one away.
Yeah, luckily Jeremy Frimpong was alert and Liverpool win it back. Because it was the right idea by Virgil. The execution was terrible. He nearly gave it to Hwang on the counter, but Jeremy Frimpong's pace helped the Reds there. Brentford have just scored, if you're interested, against Bournemouth. Here goes Ryan Gravenberch on a little run, plays it inside to Hugo Ekitike. First chance we've seen of him. He gives it away. And can Wolves launch a counter? They might do.
He's onside.
Is that Andre you're running through, number 8? Anyway, Liverpool got loads of men back.
I think it was Andre.
I'm sure it was. Liverpool have won it back anyway.
He may now will be out of position if Liverpool can exploit that.
Yeah, here Florian Wirtz onto the edge of the box, plays it inside to McAllister, steps over to no one. McAllister played the over and there was no one there. And Wolves got it. He could have just took that on a shot. I don't know who he thought was behind him.
He obviously didn't look, did he? It was a nice
unless someone from Wolves gave him the little shout. Little cheeky shout, because McAllister just dummied it. And there was no one there.
We saw a brilliant dummy by him, Szoboszlai for Ungamoa against
Well, we
Newcastle.
saw one by him at Leeds.
Oh yeah.
When Sobo scored.
But yeah, not that.
A good dummy is a good dummy if there's someone there to lead the ball.
Maybe they're that ingrained in. There will be somebody at the back post. He just thinks that he can leave it, but there was nobody there.
No, you're right. Right then, good startish from Liverpool, although they haven't really tested Jose Sarr yet. Can they change that now? Good ball in behind by Jones. McAllister can't quite keep that one in. Goal kick. Right idea, but he's a big lad. I think that's Mosquera, is it? The big fella at the back, couldn't see. And it's going to be a goal kick to Wolves. It's a good move as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, some nice passing. I think it was Andre who'd got forward on that break, so I was wondering if there was going to be a bit of a hole there.
He must have got a shout. Wolves must have sold him a dummy with a shout there. He's just left that for absolutely nobody. They've done him an over. And if he takes a touch there, Jay, he's probably one-on-one with the goalie as well.
Yeah.
And Liverpool have won it back off the long ball. Here goes Wirtz in behind, looking for Ekitike. He gets there. Ekitike's got loads to do. Ekitike goes for goal. It's the post. So unlucky by Hugo Ekitike. He had 3 defenders on him. He managed to dig out the shot. It goes past the keeper. It just comes back off the base of the post. So unlucky. Good play by Wirtz on Ekitike though, Jay.
Brilliantly weighted ball by Wirtz. He still, as you say, he had loads to do. Just held it up. That's the second time that there was a finish the other week where it looks initially like it's going miles wide and you're like, what's that? But actually it curves right back in. Great little cheeky kind of improvised finish.
A little dink over the defender's boot. It hits the base of the post. Jose Sarr was beaten. He had no chance there. But Liverpool do have a corner. The rebound, bounce back off the Wolves player. Free kick from the right hand side. It's going to be the outswinger. There's a lot of jostling in that box. Ball goes deep to the edge. Liverpool with Ryan Gravenberch swings a leg at it, blocked. Liverpool needs to be careful of the counter attack. Wirtz does really well, and Liverpool regain possession. Wirtz done well there just to get his body in front.
Yeah, it was calmly dealt with.
Yeah, and Liverpool have possession again with Alexis McAllister, right hand side. I haven't seen much of on Liverpool's right. First chance for Chiesa to get involved. He's got Frimpong on the overlap. Goes back instead to McAllister. He dinks it back post. Too much on that. Looking for Florian Wirtz, but overcooks it. I think Arne Slot said there again, so he wants people in the box, I think, as I was to hear them say. So unlucky for Ekitike though.
Yeah, it's a funny finish because he wraps it. Normally you think if someone wrapping the foot round it, they kind of really power it into the corner. It's like a dink, but it's a spinning kind of.
I think he's just trying to almost chipped it over the defenders, the 2 defenders' feet, because there was 2 closing them down. So unlucky. I think a foul's been given against Chiesa. There's a Wolves player holding his face. It's Tolu who's down after a bit of a clash with Chiesa. There is an arm to the face.
He gets a little bit of an elbow to the chin there, but I
don't think it's intentional by Chiesa, but it's definitely a free kick.
There's a height difference, isn't there? So I think when he's trying to get a bit of leverage, he does catch him. I don't think he's still down.
It was a whack to the face. I don't think Chiesa's tried to do him, but he's definitely caught him with the leading arm. He's in some pain there, Tolu. His mates are trying to pull him up, and he's not having it. Are they going to send the physio on yet? They are. I wonder if Matt Doherty's asking if is that a red card challenge. I don't know.
Potentially they're trying to. I mean, well, first things first, it wastes a bit of time, but
he looks in some pain, and he did get caught. I don't. Like I say, Chiesa flies in. It's more of an arm than an elbow. It's not an elbow at all. Chiesa just puts his arm up to try and win the ball. But he looks like he's in a bit of bother though. There's Tolu, the big fella up front, taps the floor in frustration. I think if he'd have jumped, but the fact that he didn't really get off the floor and Chiesa did. But yeah, he's in some pain, the big fella. To be fair, we're going to have a lengthy stoppage here.
Presuming he's going to have a concussion check and all that. As we see a replay of Ekitike, so it's really clever.
Yeah, Jose Sar's beating all ends up.
He almost just waits for a little channel to open in between the defenders' two sets of legs.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate. But yeah, there's a break in play. Wolves, with the injury by the Arsenal, have just scored against Brighton. So I'll keep you up to date with what I say. That was 1-0 for the Gunners. Obviously, City's went earlier and knocked Arsenal temporarily off the top of the table. They are winning 1-0 now. Odegaard scored. Yeah, Tolu, he's getting the vision checked by the Wolves medical staff. He looks a bit groggy, doesn't he? He doesn't look like a fella who's completely with everything at the moment. Yeah, Wolves will go and send their strike. Obviously, they've got Strand Larsen on the bench, amongst others, if they do need to make an early change. It'd be interesting if they do make the change, whether they designate the concussion sub, which allows them to have 6 changes. It also allows Liverpool to have 6 changes. Now, Liverpool don't really have 6 lads, I think, if he's that keen to bring on, but we'll cross that bridge. He's up on his feet anyway on the sidelines, is big Tolu, but yeah, he's clearly took a whack to the jaw, and unfortunately for Wolves, he'll be off the pitch as they can send this set piece in towards the Liverpool box. We're back underway then. Ball does go high into the sky, straight to Alisson. Can Liverpool launch a quick counter? Ali rolls it to the left. Kirke's inside, good ball. But Ekitike couldn't quite get it out of his feet, and Wolves regain possession. And in fact, they might look for a little turnover on their own now. Ball played through is rubbish. That's one of the worst passes I've ever seen. Now, who was that who played that? That was crap. Mascara. But just kicks it straight out of play. It looks like Tolu's going to try and come back on. The officials won't let him on just yet. He has to take that break, of course, after getting the treatment. As Liverpool give the ball away in a dangerous area, really, by it's Frimpong, and Wolves have it on the edge of Liverpool's box. Shot at goal! And Alisson saves relatively comfortable in the end. That was young Mane, I think, on his first Premier League start, second Premier League appearance. Gets out his feet, and to be fair, like he forces an half-decent save, AJ.
Yeah, he used his body well to shield the ball. It's another one. I know Van Dijk he doesn't like to commit, does he? But it's another one where you think, is that a bit of an unnecessary shot on target? I mean, it would have taken a worldie to beat Alisson.
Alisson was comfy, and it's worth mentioning. But yeah, it was definitely Liverpool guilty of giving the ball away. I think it was Frimpong in a really rubbish position to give the ball away. But frankly, actually, the shot was tame. But it was good play by young Mane to shield the ball, like Jay says, and get the shot away. Anyway, normal service resumed. Wolves have got everyone back, including Tolu. Liverpool on the attack down the left, which has been their best source of attacking play this time. But ball runs out of play. Goal kick. I think Kirke just takes a little bit of a collision with the advertising boards there. I think he's all right. Liverpool, I don't know if it's just by design or by happenstance, Jay, but Liverpool are heavily favouring the left over the right at this moment in time.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the players come down this left-hand side. Jones was a bit more central there, but the first 10 minutes, he was almost popping over to the left-hand side, close to where Wirtz and Kirkes was. Been some promising stuff. Although probably the best opportunities have come when Wirtz has been almost on a centre right position to play the ball through.
Yeah, Liverpool, by the way, just won a free kick in their own half that they've taken quickly. And a slot pointing forward, though he's telling to push up. I think it's the centre half he's telling to get up. I think he wants Kirkes and Frimpong wide right as well. The switch is on if Liverpool want to choose it. I mean, again, it's predominantly all left hand side for the Reds at this minute. Does Virgil fancy the switch? Frimpong's in 8, there's a space if they can find him. Maybe Gravenberch. No. Gravenberch plays it to Jones. Little flick around the corners, nice to Ekitike. Back heel to Jones, it's decent. Wolves just get the toe to it though. Intricate, but probably just a little bit too many defenders, and that's going to take precise plays to get through that like that.
The good thing for Liverpool, if there's no outball, is that, I mean, they're further. Everybody is behind the ball, so all right,
it comes back to it.
The play broke down, but then they cleared it straight to a red shirt.
It's found its way out right to Jeremy Frimpong. His touch is not very good though. Now he can have a go to the byline though, and he will get there. And crosses. Ekitike goes to the flick. Didn't get much on it, and Wolves clear. And now they actually have got outball. Tulu's got himself up front, but he's given it back to Ryan Gravenberch. Ekitike went for the little flick, but he couldn't quite get enough on it. Liverpool attack again. This time it's Federico Chiesa looking for Frimpong. Nah, he's not going to get that. Goal kick to Wolves. Frimpong's pace is terrifying for defenders. When he carries the ball, he will get to the byline.
Yeah, he seemed to have. It was a poor touch initially, but he gathered it in. It's that 5 yard. It's like almost like old school Stanley Matthews type dribbling, isn't it? Like 5 yard burst, and he's impossible to catch once he knocks the ball past you.
Just seeing the Wolves fans there with their own tribute to Diogo Jota, of course. They do theirs a slightly earlier. I'm sure Liverpool will do theirs at 20th, and I'm sure the Wolves fans will respond in kind. There they go. As the ticks over to around 20 minutes, that Liverpool will stand for Jota against their old club. Action on the pitch continues with a bit of a bouncing ball in the midfield that Curtis Jones takes and goes for the big switch early doors to Hugo Ekitike. He's isolated there though. Yeah, Diogo's scarf is being sung. Wolves officials in the stands clap along as well. Everybody does. So a very poignant afternoon as Liverpool attack down the right hand side. It's Chiesa, first chance to cut inside. Crosses left footed, headed away by Wolves. Chiesa might get the rebound, he doesn't. Gravenberch does. And then passes back to the halfway line for Virgil van Dijk. Diogo Jota song continues to ring out. Well appreciated, of course, by the Wolves support in attendance as well in the Annie Road. Again, Liverpool trying to attack down the left with Jones, but not much there at the minute. Liverpool give away possession. Wolves will look to counter. Well, they haven't really got to trying to play a bit of footy, to be fair to them. I thought they might have gone a bit more direct. They've kept hold of the ball. They haven't really gone anywhere with it, but they've at least retreated Liverpool's press a little bit back. But here it comes again. Mosquera out wide to Doherty. Inside. And then we'll just give it away. Straight to Curtis Jones. I think that was Andre, wasn't it? Number 7 is. I couldn't quite see who it was.
So was Dan all in on Andre, was he?
Back in the day, yeah.
To be fair, I thought it was worth a shout because I remember
you never know.
Arsenal signed Gilberto Silva straight from Brazil. I was like, yeah, get him. You know,
it can work.
Why wait for him to go to Benfica or someone and pay 100 million for? Anyway, it's not how it's all panned out.
Hasn't gone too well for them at Wolves at this moment in time. Liverpool give the ball away again. Here are Wolves again. They give it away again. Curtis Jones, Ryan Gravenberch drifts to the left, tries to find Kirkes. Does Kirkes' first time ball is low. Easily cleared, really. And that'll be Virgil's kept that in. And we'll play again from the halfway. I mean, it's just attack against defence, almost like a training exercise at times. Virgil van Dijk telling Federico Chiesa maybe and Jeremy Frimpong to stick wide to that right, but Liverpool aren't going that way, they're going left again. Kirkes again, ball in again, header cleared again. Rinse and repeat at this moment in time. And the ball's back with Liverpool again on the halfway line, and it's going to just be this for a while. As Ibu Konate kicks it long, just gives it away though, poor ball. All the way through to Jose Sarr, who can pick it up. And no, he's only got 7-8 seconds, and can we have that corner? No, he's rolled it out just in time. Liverpool will try and get the press on now. Wolves do go long. Look at me. If you're going to put anyone into a foot race, don't do it against Jeremy Frimpong. He will win the ball like he did. And Hwang he wasn't even close to beating Frimpong to that one. I think you need to pick your targets there. You're going to try and dink in behind someone. I don't think Frimpong's the man. He was easily catching that one up. And Liverpool have got it back with McAllister. On to Chiesa. Chiesa cuts back inside, runs into trouble though. And it was Gomez who tackles. Wolves clear. Kanate wins it. Gravenberch to Frimpong. Into Chiesa. Back to Frimpong. Keeps it in and crosses. Headed up rather than away by Wolves though. Now they get it away the second opportunity. Frimpong's pace again. Not many players are keeping that pass in.
I was just going to say it was actually a bit overhit, wasn't it? Yeah. But he got there.
Here's Wirtz. Here's Kirkers. Cross in is deflected behind corner to Liverpool. Like any other player, Chiesa's probably conceding a goal kick, but Frimpong managed to dig a cross out. And ultimately, Liverpool have a corner that McAllister will go over and take, which makes you think, in swinger time, the first one was an outswinger.
Kirk's already had a few opportunities to cross.
Loads, he's more than this game that we've seen predominantly for a long time.
He's not done anything telling with it, but tends to play it first time fairly low.
He hasn't got Liverpool are going everyone back post. A little bit of an Arsenal ploy here, maybe that they're famous for. Everyone at the back post, and then just Florian Wirtz on the penalty spot. Liverpool got a little set piece lined up. Alexis McAllister swings it in. Oh, too deep for everyone. Ryan Gravenberch comes round the back though. Maybe that was ploy all along to free Ryan Gravenberch, but all it's done is result in another corner at the back post. That looked like that might have been intentional. They were trying to get Gravenberch round the back on the volley, but
yeah, it was either massively overhit or it was some kind of play there, maybe for Gravenberch to. I'm
going to give Alexis the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
but it's led to another Wolves corner from the other side. But this time everyone's on the edge of the box. Liverpool are going to try and spring their runners from there. There's a lot of pushing and shoving and fighting.
Some shoving going on off the pitch just then.
Corner comes in this time to the outswinger. Liverpool with Ekitike get first contact. Van Dijk keeps it alive. Wirtz knocks it back into an area. Wolves clear. Only to Jeremy Frimpong who can recycle it. Everyone's staying forward. If Alexis wants to put this into the box, no, he goes back to Gravenberch. If he wants to put it in the box, he can. He does. He's looking around the back post for Virgil, but that was too much air under it and easy in the end for Jose Sarr to come and claim. What have you made of the first 25 then, Jay?
I think it's been all right. It's been nothing special. I think Wirtz has had an influence. He's being the main creative outlet. He's found Kirkes a few times on the left hand side. He's found Ekitike for the best chance. I mean, it's not, my socks are firmly on my feet. They haven't been blown off, but Liverpool, not Wolves, other than that shot from Mane, not really managed anything down the other end.
At least I can kind of see what Liverpool's game plan is as well, which is a start. And sometimes you wonder what they're trying to do, but they're clearly trying to get an overload on the left, get Kirkes to the byline or Frimpong on the other side. Wirtz has been involved a lot. I can see what they're trying to do. And like I said, they have created one big chance that led to Hugo Ekitike in the post, but that's about it. But at least I can kind of see what the game plan is. Definitely get the fullbacks involved. Here's Frimpong on the right. Back to them, they've got everyone behind the ball. Virgil can take that forward as far as he wants. Instead, again, left-hand side to Wirtz. Uses Kirkes as a dummy this time and goes across goal, but gets it to Gravenberch just. He finds Frimpong. Loads of men in the box. Fires it low. McAllister! Oh, what a save! What a save by Jose Sarr. Tips her onto the post. I think the flag was up, but I don't know, would that have been for the rebound rather than the original strike? I don't know who would have been offside, but the flag did go up eventually. But it was an amazing save. There's no offside there. I think, Chiesa, it wouldn't have counted. Oh, yes.
I mean, he didn't interfere because Sarr saved it. It's a great strike by McAllister.
I think it's an amazing save. Yeah. I don't think it would have counted because I think Chiesa was just in front of the goalkeeper, but Jose Sarr wasn't to know, and either way, it didn't matter. It was an unbelievable save. Tips onto the post, like I say, Chiesa probably would have been adjudged to go offside if it had gone in, because the flag did go up. Anyway, the Wolves try and launch an attack, didn't quite get
Brilliant technique. The ball's almost behind him a bit, and he's got to swivel and hit it first time.
What I would say, Jay, is that it's been a while, but like this is a real game for Liverpool's fullbacks. They're heavily involved. Liverpool clearly got a plan to get them high up the pitch and get them involved. There's Chiesa again trying to do just that. Although his pass to Vert wasn't amazing. Oh, what a back heel by Vert. Sorry, it was Ekitike. Apologies.
Yeah.
Gets it back from Chiesa. Ekitike from distance. Corner as a deflects wide. I think he felt so good after the back heel that he thought he needed to shoot now.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the best option from Hugo, but it did lead to a corner. But yeah, Liverpool's game plan, getting the fullbacks involved, almost pays dividends again. And I'll be honest, I don't think that shot was troubling the goalie anyway.
Wasn't a great strike, was it? But second prize.
I think that was the best Liverpool were ever going to get from that situation, was going to be the corner. And the last one, they played a little set piece to the back post for Gravenberch from this side anyway. Here's McAllister again, in swinger, deep again, nodded back by Van Dijk. Chiesa might have had that took off his toes. It falls to the edge of the box and Wolves can clear. That was very deep. I felt like Chiesa was going to try and line the volley up. Virgil van Dijk took it off him a little bit.
Yeah,
that's a couple of times.
Should have shouted really, because I thought the opportunity for Chiesa to do something telling was greater than Van Dijk's.
Yeah, I don't know that again. I don't know if it's a ploy or it's just McAllister overcooking it, but it went very deep. Anyway, Liverpool got the ball back, of course. They've had the ball pretty much the entirety of this first half an hour. But Wolves will be happy at 0-0. Like their game plan's working. They're limiting Liverpool. Here's Gravenberch on the spin. Plays it through the lines. Little flick around the corner from Chiesa. Looking for Ekitike. Didn't get there though. And Jose Sarr eventually can pick the ball up. He's doing that time waste at your feet thing, which he's entitled to do. As we see Liverpool subs warming up. There's Cody Gakpo. Rio and Gamora as well. Liverpool do have some attacking options on the bench, which wasn't always going to be the case. There was doubts over, in particular, Cody Gakpo. Anyway, Jose Sarr plays it out wide. Wolves go long. Liverpool win it back. Although Virgil's header wasn't amazing. It was a Liverpool throw. All that'll do was. Yeah, there's no real out ball for Wolves at this moment in time. Although they're a bit high up the pitch now, so if Liverpool wanted to go long, now would be the time to do it. As Wolves have pushed up a little bit. Here's Canate and Virgil. I mean, effectively playing as a back two, aren't they, at this moment in time? And even then, they're not even defenders. They're there to start attacks more than anything at this stage.
Frimpong in space. Oh.
Liverpool go long over the top. Chiesa does well to find Frimpong. Cross from McAllister is blocked. Can Gravenberch get there? No. Wolves will try and clear. No, to be fair, he's going to go for a little run, and now he's going to play the pass. Liverpool might set the trap if they can. It's a silly foul. Why are you doing that? I mean, I think Andre just buys the foul off Gravenberch. Just didn't need to do that.
Yeah, it just releases that pressure. I don't want to put the mockers on it, but it's a similar pattern to the Forest game that Liverpool had the best of the first half an hour without. Wolves goalie kicks it straight to the Liverpool man's head. Though the lucky bounce favours Wolves. Now here go Wolves, and there was a little attack on here though. 2 against 2. It's Mane shoots. Oh. You know what? The exuberance of youth. He done all right there. Like, he sold the little dummy, but then just fires it over the bar. But they got themselves into a little 2-on-2 situation there. Canate was held off by Tulu. And a little step over from Mane sends Chiesa. I mean, again, it's ambitious to beat Alisson. He did well there, Tolu, didn't he? He just spun Canate. Mane did well as well, but...
Wild shot. Yeah. But fair play to him. That's why he's in the team today. Obviously, had a little bit of exuberance of youth. Why not? He dropped the shoulder, got the shot away, but fired over the bar. But little tiny warning sign for Liverpool. If they do get a couple of mistakes or whatever, Wolves will at least try and play off the big fella. He done well to hold Canate off, actually. You very rarely see Canate lose those type of physical battles, but Tolu did really well. Anyway, Liverpool back on the attack, of course.
The pair of them are a bit of an unknown quantity to me. I'm sure they won't be to the Liverpool analysts, but yeah.
Liverpool trying to attack down the left. Curtis Jones trying to press Wolves though. Oh, goal kick to Wolves. Defender does well there. Mosquera plays it off. Curtis Jones and goal kick to Wolves. Yeah, like I say, Wolves' game plan so far to defend deep, frustrate Liverpool, and they've done a pretty good job of it so far. Liverpool's best opportunity came. They've hit the post technically once. I don't think that second one counts because of the offside flag. But yet, no shots technically on target for Liverpool so far, which is the concern. They're doing what they've done to Arsenal a little bit to Liverpool. They're frustrating. The Reds have odd opportunities though, which will give them encouragement.
That's why I mentioned that Forest game, because that game, Liverpool were on top after half an hour, but the keeper hasn't had to, have a worldie of a game. And then obviously we had the sting in the tail from Forest.
Here come Liverpool on the attack though, with Kickoff left hand side, crosses deep, headed away by Wolves. Can Liverpool recycle it? A bit unfortunate. Kickoff does really well. Then Wolves win it back though. Fair play to him.
I thought he got a little barge in the back there, Kickoff, but
it's that Mane running down.
Didn't spot it.
Young Mane for Wolves running down the right hand side. Virgil just comes across though. Liverpool dealt with that quite well. And although go back to Alisson and he dinks it out to Wirtz. We're trying to play out rather than kick it long. Wow. Oh, see you later. Florian Wirtz sends his man for the echo and tries to launch Liverpool into a bit of an attack. Can he find the switch to his mate Frimpong? No. I think it was Bueno just got back on the left just in time. Scuds feet again by Florian Wirtz though.
I thought Alisson had really sold him short there because he had two men on him and it was a chip ball. And I'm thinking, this is going to be tricky to get out, but beautiful little jink.
So Matt Doherty down. I think he's still running towards the cop. Look at this for feet. Touch. See you later. Doherty doesn't even try and chase him back, Yeah. Fair play.
That's when they go past you, you go, your head drops.
That's a highlight. Thankfully for him, not for Liverpool, that not comes in the end. As Wolves win a throw in on the halfway line on their left. Josh says Andre shirt is number 7, not number 8. Thank you very much. You're right. Number 8 is João Gomez. Liverpool won it back again, unsurprisingly. We've seen a lot of areas deep on the halfway line. I think that's a good thing for us if they can keep finding him. With again, Wolves everyone back behind the ball now though. The only thing I say, can we move it a bit quicker in these situations before they can get everyone back? Once they're set, and then it's difficult. So can you try and play a little bit faster to get to those situations? But Liverpool are confident that they can get to the byline. They've continued to do it. Nice ball inside from Gravenberch to Kickoff. Goes back out though for some reason. I'm not sure why he did that. Could have just turned. Kanate on the right finds McAllister. Here's Frimpong. He will try and get to the byline if he can. Here he goes. No. Drops it back to McAllister. Will he cross it? No. Out wide. Into the middle now goes Gravenberch. And then back to Virgil. Virgil plays a good ball. Really good ball. And a really good run by Chiesa. Left foot across a goal. Blocked. Kickoff's shot is wild. If there's one thing you can count on Liverpool left backs is shooting wildly over the bar at least once a game. He's been doing it for 20. Whoever's been in the game. Robertson did it. Moreno's done it now. Florian Wirtz, Milos Kickoff does the same. That is wild. It was a good run by Chiesa, comes all the way across and digs the cross out. Sarr's goalkeeping wasn't amazing actually.
I thought he'd left it too late there, Chiesa, to get the cross, but actually it was a good little delay. I think if he'd crossed it earlier, it probably just have been blocked.
Yeah. Anyway, Wolves launch it forward. Frimpong clears. Can Ekatike hold that one up? No, but Liverpool are going to battle with McAllister. Done really well. Wins it back again. Can we launch a little mini counter? Jones looking for Ekatike. That's a ambitious pass. Straight through to the goalie. I don't think he needed to do that either. No. I think there was other options. That was that nth degree of difficulty, that one.
Yeah, it had to be perfect.
If it gets perfect, it'll be a great assist, but I don't think you need to be that. That isn't the type of thing you need to do just there when the other options are available for Curtis Jones. That's like a 1 in 50 in it rather than the easy pass out wide.
Yeah, I was going to say, he had another runner there. It's like it'd have to be something you'd see on like a Guti highlight reel or,
1 in a million pass.
One of those sorts of passes.
Here's Ryan Gravenberch. Here's Wirtz. It's central this time. Fires it out wide to Frimpong. Frimpong up against Bueno, goes back to Wirtz, dinks around the corner looking for Frimpong. Can he keep it in and cross? He can. wins a corner. Little link up, little Leverkusen link up there on the Liverpool's right hand side from Wirtz and Frimpong. I'm encouraged by how often we do get to the byline, Jay. You know, the space that is encouraging. Hasn't quite led to too much yet, but at least we've got a game plan against Forest, and even at times against Sunderland. It was like, what are we even trying to do? I can clearly see what they're trying to do here. As Liverpool and Alexis McAllister will take their 5th corner of the game. He's hit a few too far back post. Can he get this one a bit more central for all those menace? That goes near post. Flicked on. Bit of a chaos in the box. Cleared by Wolves though. It's going to come back though via Frimpong. He takes it back to McAllister. He can cross again if he wants to. No, he gives it to Wirtz. He can dink it in if he wants. No, to Chiesa. Byline. He will cross all the way in. Kanate heads it up rather than away. Goes Ekitike. Dinks it back post. Wirtz nods it down. Van Dijk. Oh! It was a clever little knockdown by Florian Wirtz. But Virgil just couldn't get the shot away. I think he asked it that first time.
Yeah.
It was clever by Wirtz, but...
I was just wondering, could he get a header on goal there? But
yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
it created a chance.
Yeah. Good by Liverpool. By the way, but Anfield are beating Bournemouth 2-0 now. There you go, Liverpool again, right hand side. Chiesa, Wirtz. It's a bit tight there. Wolves can try and escape down the right. Wirtz wins it back though. Good defender.
Yeah, Bournemouth on the sly are not playing very well, are they?
They're having a tricky time, yeah.
I think everybody likes Iraola, but they've
running empty a little bit. Right then, here go Liverpool again. This time it's Frimpong. Chiesa down the line if he wants to use him. I think Wirtz is drifting over there now. Wirtz has got a free roll here. He can go wherever he wants. And he's chosen to have a little time on the right, which frees up the left-hand side for Kerkers and maybe Jones. It's very narrow, this though, boys. I think Liverpool could do a stretch on this. Van Dijk agrees as he pings it out to Federico Chiesa. Frimpong drives into the box, keeps going to the byline. Frimpong pulls it back. Ryan Gravenberch goal! Really, really well played. And we've been saying for the whole time, Liverpool's plan is obvious. They're trying to get to the byline, they're trying to get crosses in. They've done exactly that. It's Frimpong, his pace is electric. He leaves his man for dead, he pulls it back to Gravenberch. He scores, gives it the Diogo celebration in tribute of his good mate, and Liverpool get the lead in the 40th minute. Jay, that was a good goal.
Yeah, really good. We were saying, was it a bit narrow, but Frimpong was having none of it. I mean, we all know about his pace, but it's the little jinking trick to just start this off with. He picks it up inside the line of the 18-yard box. Brilliant. See you later. And a clever ball, actually.
Oh, what a goal.
Because you think, I just flash that across and see what happens, but actually he knows that he's got, there were two of them queuing up there.
That's a fabulous
great
goal.
Finish as well by Gravenberch, precise. Side foots it right into the corner.
I think it's Andre and Gomez try and close the shot down, weren't able to do so. That's a really well worked goal. Liverpool's Dutch connection coming up trumps. Arne Slot's delighted, everyone's delighted, and Liverpool's game plan of getting those fullbacks involved has worked to perfection, and the Reds lead 1-0 at Anfield. Back underway then, Liverpool have won it back again. Andre easily beaten by Ekitike. Ekitike strides through. Wirtz! Florian Wirtz! Florian Wirtz taps the badge, and Liverpool have gone from 0-0 to 2-0 in the matter of moments. Brilliant moment for Florian Wirtz. He's waited a long time for that. It's a Premier League goal at last. He drives through the middle. He's expertly found by Hugo Ekitike, and he makes no mistake with the finish. All of a sudden, it's a lot more comfortable, Jay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Brilliant work again from Ekitike. He's been probably alongside Szoboszlai, the player of the season so far. Little trick, he set himself free. He beats Andre there, former Liverpool target. Andre cuts inside. Wirtz drifts off his man. Good touch. Easy finish on the outside of his foot.
I thought the touch was too heavy, but he just manages a little toey underneath the goalie.
Yeah, for a player of his quality, actually, he probably...
it's a good touch. It's a good touch.
He just about gets there, doesn't he? Easy finish past Jose Sarr. Whew, that's feeling a lot more comfortable now, isn't it? After a first half that Liverpool have dominated possession as we expected, but other than the Ekitike chance, they hadn't really created loads. They hadn't really tested Sarr. 2-0 up at the break. Unless maybe there's another one coming.
Never know. Absolutely brilliant. Liverpool in the blink of an eye go from 0-0 to 2-0. And that's how what a moment finally for Florian Wirtz. Really good play by Ekitike as well. Sold Andre sold him for a dummy. See you later. Plays a lovely pass. Wirtz making that run through the middle.
He's done one of them in the last 3 games, Ekitike, where it just jinks and then he can accelerate so quickly, and he's really good at that.
Yeah, he is. And all of a sudden 2-0 looks a lot better. Liverpool going for the third. The ball comes into the box, but Jose Sarr comes and claims. 2 excellent goals for Liverpool. 2 excellent moves. You talk about how do you break down a low block. Pace from Jeremy Frimpong, and then skill from Hugo Ekitike. There's 2 ways to beat low blocks. Someone's got to run in behind at pace, or someone's got to beat a man. And Liverpool have shown in 2 minutes there, Jay, the ability to do both. Yeah,
2 really good goals. I was getting slight flashbacks to Gravenberch's made a mistake.
Yeah, Wolves on the counter, looking for the ball into the box. They've won themselves a corner. Yeah, it was Gravenberch's poor pass. I think it was João Gomez?
João Gomez,
who capitalised and corner to Wolves. Yeah, you're right. There's just a quick thinking of Frimpong and then a quick feet of Ekitike. And all of a sudden, Liverpool go from 0-0 to 2-0 in the blink of an eye. Yeah, although Wolves do have a set piece to end the half, maybe. We'll see how much added time comes from this.
I did go a bit early with 2-0 at the break.
Maybe, yeah.
I did a Clive Tildesley and Solskjaer has won it. Maybe a slightly less significant game.
Ryan Gravenberch gives away the ball. Liverpool have forced into conceding the corner. That comes in now deep. It's headed up at the near post and then away by Liverpool. But ball comes back in by Mane. Can Liverpool break it? If Chiesa can get on the end of that one, he can't. I think it was that Andre who just, was he taking the corner, just about got back. Because Wirtz was looking to break. And so was Frimpong, high up the pitch there as well. Anyway, 3 minutes added on. We have played 35 seconds of those. Here's Jeremy Frimpong leading Liverpool's press at the moment. He's told Federico Chiesa, have a go right back, lads. You're playing instead of Sobbo. You've got to play him. You've got to do a job. He's going to stay up front for any counter attacks at the second. Is Frimpong. Wolves go long into the box. Mane does well again. I know it's totally rather well again. He's using his strength really well against Konate. He's been dragged out of position. Wolves then dink it back post. Should be easily cleared by Chiesa and is. There's Mane now. Can he get there? Liverpool have done it really well. It's Chiesa again. Frimpong's in it. You can find him. No, he goes to Ekitike. Ekitike. Chiesa. Liverpool on the counter-attack. Chiesa, step over to the byline. Crosses. Just ran out of momentum. That ball at some point had to find its way to Jeremy Frimpong. He'd made such a good run. I think Chiesa's first pass should have went there.
I think earlier, if he plays it across with a bit of pace on, it would have been a tricky ball, but Frimpong would have been able to get away from his man.
Oh, and then all the momentum stored. Liverpool, though, I've got the ball back. Here's Frimpong playing left-hand side there. He's playing everywhere this minute. Frimpong cutting inside from the left. Not as good at doing that. Although Liverpool have, again, regained possession. His pace is frightening. It really is. Here's Ekitike. Slows it down to Jones. Kirkers. 1 minute to go. Last chance. Can Liverpool make it 3 before the break? I'm not sure they want to because it's gone down to walking pace at this minute.
Yeah.
A little rest maybe. A little bit end-to-end for the last minute. Maybe Liverpool just trying to take a little breath, but Wolves have got everyone back again. Frimpong again, back in his right back position, which is where he'll want to be. Wirtz has drifted over there too. The problem with Wirtz drifts over there sometimes is that everything has to go inside or back. He's not going to get down the line on his left, really.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, Ibu Konate makes a bit of a meal of a tackle, and of a pass rather, and Virgil van Dijk forced to intervene. Right then, we're into like the last 10 seconds or so, and Konate's got the ball on the halfway line. Is he happy to just get to the final half-time whistle, or do Liverpool want to launch another one? If they won't do it, they're going to do it now.
I think they're happy to hear the half-time whistle, aren't they? It looks
like, Liverpool happy to take 2-0 lead into the break, and that is exactly what they'll do. There we go then. It's half time at Anfield. Liverpool 2, Wolves 0. The goals coming in the 42nd minute, or 41st minute rather, from Ryan Gravenberch, and then the 42nd minute by Florian Wirtz. The first one, a wonderful dinking run by Jeremy Frimpong, finds Gravenberch, who fires home, and then the second one, good feat by Hugo Ekitike, beats his man, plays in Florian Wirtz, who makes no mistake. And what I'd like about it, Jay, there have been times this season where I've watched us against certain defensive teams thinking, I don't know how we're trying to score. The game plan's been obvious here. Stretch them wide. We saw from the first second of the game, Wirtz was touching the left wing, Chiesa was touching the right wing, and then Frimpong and Kirkes trying to get to them. And ultimately that has led to Liverpool, well, at least the first goal, which has opened it up. It's been an encouraging thing to see that Liverpool have gone bang bang in a space of a couple of seconds there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think maybe a little bit of the learnings from last week, when Liverpool started going wide, that started breaking Spurs down, who were sat in as they would be with 10 men. Yeah, it was always going to be difficult today. We knew Wolves were good. I mean, I'm surprised how Dan's prediction of a 10-0-0 formation is looking to be true, because they've got Tolu there, who's the outball, but he's behind the play all the time. So, you know, it's been very difficult for Wolves to get out. I agree with you. It's not been box office stuff. But then, in comparison to, I was thinking that keep referring to that Sunderland game, because that was the one where I really started losing faith in the manager and going, what is our plan here? It was just sideways passing all the time. We had Joe Gomez on one side, not creating any width, Gakpo cutting inside, and I'm thinking, this is just... there doesn't seem to be any game plan here. It's just recycle the ball. It's not being like that today. They've found decent positions in down the wings. Kirkes has got a few crosses away. Frimpong and Wirtz has done some stuff on the right-hand side. We've had a lot of corners. We've dominated possession. We've dominated territory. But it was two bits of quality that have finally broken the deadlock. And yeah, once it went one, it went two very quickly. But yeah, a much more of a clear way home, I think, for Liverpool today, and they've proved it by getting those two goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just trying to pick out star performers. I am going to start with Jeremy Frimpong, actually. We'll speak about the others in a moment. You see him here watching the highlights, and his ability to drive into the box. He's been very, very dangerous. And again, he done this against Tottenham from the right wing position because Wolves are so deep. He's allowed to do it anyway. They're offering no count, they're offering no threat, so he's allowed to go and get involved, Jay. And we're just seeing the goal here, but it isn't the only time he does it. He glides past people. The pace with the ball is an unbelievable asset, and he's shown it a couple of times there, and especially for the goal. He drives from a rather central area into the box, and no touches him.
Yeah.
Like, he goes past two or three of them so easily before finding Gravenberch. He's had a good half.
Yeah, I think a continuation of his good performance against Spurs. I mean, we said it, not to blow our own trumpet too much, but we said it in the build up. He's going to have opportunities to get on the outside. This may be a perfect game for him to play right back, because we know there's not going to be loads coming the other way, and if something does come the other way, he's got the pace to catch up. But yeah, I've been really impressed with him. He's beaten his man. It's that speed over 5 yards. It's just so difficult because the Wolves, is it not Munoz, is the Spanish lad Bueno, sorry, yeah. You know, you'd like to think
he's good then.
He's a decent player, and he's just absolutely pissed past him there. No chance of him getting back. But I like the cleverness of rather than just thrash the ball across and see what happens, he's pulled it back into an area where Gravenberch was. And even if Gravenberch hadn't been there was another Liverpool player there. So a bit of nous once he's beaten his man. You know, I don't mind it when it's fired in, because you just never know what can happen. But really good, and another bit of quality for Liverpool's second goal. Nice to see. There's a fine line, I think, with the patience, because I think adding a bit of patience to the Klopp brand was what won us the league last year. Sometimes the patience goes a bit too far, and Liverpool, you know, it's just recycling the ball, patience. But today we've struck at the perfect time with two quick fire goals. Yeah, a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. The next one I want to speak about, and it comes from Doug A68. He says Ekitike is a defender's nightmare, and what he's shown in this game, he nearly scores very early on. He's clearly, he knows how to finish. He's very unlucky to hit the post. He's got a lot of different finishes in his bag. He links up to play well. He's been in the box a couple of times trying to get on the end of things, a little bit unfortunate. And then for the second goal, the little dropping into the halfway line, the little spin around, I think it was Andre, and then the ball through. That has been like, again, he hasn't got his goal yet, and fingers crossed he can get it, but it's been a very, very good centre-forward performance from Ekitike, and again, there's another assist for him and another really, really important involvement in the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's adding more strings to his bow, or he's kind of revealing bits about his skill set as a player to me every week. Because, yeah, like you say, that I loved that first finish that hit the post. It's a clever little, it's just a little chip. He puts a lot of curl on it. It's almost like a kind of like a table tennis shot where it spins round, hits the post. We've seen him score a good header. We've seen him power one in against Brighton. But that little spin where he can really accelerate into space, we've seen that a couple of weeks in a row now. I like as well. I thought he was absolutely spot on for Isak's goal last week, and in this goal, Wirtz's goal today, he beats his man, waits, just holds off to the perfect time, slips it in. So he's proven that he's not just the tip of a spear. He can be useful as a provider as well. I think more very encouraging signs. I know we don't know how long Isak's going to be out for, but if he does start on that left, I know people had wanted to see him on that left. Maybe he can provide some assists like he's just provided for Wirtz then. But yeah, are we running out of superlatives stage for Hugo yet? Or we're getting there?
Yeah, he's excellent. He's had an excellent season. He's had another really good game. He hasn't scored yet, but he does get the assist. It's been the Florian Wirtz show though, is what I would say. I'm just checking on some of the stats now just to see where we're at. It feels like he's been involved in the game so much. I'm just checking some of the involvements there. Yeah, he's been, look at this, he obviously gets his goal, he's been involved, he's had tons of the ball. He's hardly really made the mistake in terms of giving it away, Jay. It feels like the manager has let him have this free roll. For a while I felt like he was predominantly stuck to the left, but then we've seen him drift over to the right to link up with Kirk as he gets his goal, finally a Premier League goal through the middle as well. That's been an excellent half. We signed Florian Wirtz, I think, one of the reasons, I mean, he's just unbelievable, but is to deal with low block teams, and he's shown today he is the key when you're playing against low blocks. He's been magnificent. Absolutely, yeah. There's another one we pointed out in the build-up. I wanted to be finishing the game today talking about a masterclass or talking about a great performance. He's got a goal, brilliant. But I think it's such a lot of faith, I think, that Slot, he's 22 years old. Slot's basically saying to him there, you just do your thing. If you feel like, if you feel like there's gaps on the right, he'll drift over to the right. He's predominantly starting from the left. He played more from the left-hand side early on. He found Kirk as he was getting in some triangles with Jones. But he's basically been given a license to go wherever he likes, across the front three, wherever he can cause damage. Really pleased for him to get his goal there in front of the Anfield Road end. He's been. I did want more from him in the first kind of 10 games of the season. I know that there was the backlash and then the counter backlash and then the what was it, the 007 nonsense and all that sort of stuff. So, and then there's Liverpool fans going. I was disappointed in him, I have to say, for the first 10 games. But I think he's slowly building up a real a sort of a portfolio of good performances and good things that he's done at Liverpool, share goals, assists. So yeah, really pleased with him. Who's to say you won't get another one up or lay an assist on in the second half now? No, he's been really good. We've got a couple of super chats to get to. First one is Barath Gowda says, I'm really happy with it. Scoring, but that second goal was all Ekitike. I'm hoping Chiesa scored second half. Like I say, I think it was a bit of both, to be honest. The Ekitike's work on the halfway line is great, but the run from there, and actually, I thought the first touch, I thought he'd overhit it. Yeah. But then when you see the replay, he just laid it into his own path. He's got it out his feet. And to be able to let him get a little toe poke finish. So yeah, both of them fantastic. And again, been a couple of bright moments from Chiesa. A little bit rusty, which is to be expected, but yeah, fingers crossed. I'm sure Anfield would love him to score a goal. I'm sure it'll go equally as wild. I know that Anfield went loud when when the goal was scored by Florian Wirtz. Absolutely. And thanks very much for the $25 super chat from Alison Hawke. Says, Ekitike, from Alison Hawke rather, says, Ekitike is phenomenal. Frimpong has been superb. Kirkes looks to be settling nicely, but Wirtz looks like an alien from planet class. Here's to a great 2026. Come on, you Reds. Yeah, again, it's been Liverpool signings from the summer of all in this game had a big impact. And again, I'm not surprised because this is the type of team I think Arne Slot made all those signings to beat. Unfortunately, the Premier League hasn't gone. I think Liverpool have been caught cold by how the Premier League's gone. No one really plays low blocks anymore. They just try and hoof you and kick you and be a bit more direct. And listen, Wolves haven't got an out threat, and I think that's what's been a big issue for them. But these signings were made to beat teams like this, so that's probably why they've done it. But thank you very much for super. Right then, about 4 minutes or so to go until the start of the second half. So me and Jamie are going to go and take a quick break, after which, watch along of the second half. See yous in a few minutes.
The message to those Liverpool supporters: we have to change from doubter to believer. No.
Hey there everyone, I hope you've got all of your Christmas shopping and wrapping boxed, but if you're looking for one final treat, then we have got this absolutely incredible signed Liverpool shirt to give away. Rome 84 replica jersey from the European Cup final, signed by Kenny Dalglish and Bruce Grobbelaar. To be in with a chance of winning this, all you have to do is head to redmenplus.com, sign up as a Legend tier subscriber, and your name is going to be in the draw for this one. So yeah, maybe you've got everything that's on your Christmas list boxed, but do you have this? If not, head to redmenplus.com and sign up now.
We've uncovered a host of Liverpool legends that we believe are owed medals from seasons in the past. It startled me, some of the people we're discussing here, because you just don't expect it.
Jan Mulvey, what a pass for the football.
He made the game look easy.
Couldn't bring into the team, he was one of the best teams the club's ever had. Going back to the group I was with, Sammy Lee was the one who made it into the first team, but he had to get ahead of Jimmy Case.
Sammy just was so in the infancy of his career.
Although it was frustrating, I knew even when the time come, then I'd be ready.
Phil Neal, the most decorated Liverpool player of all time.
Dad liked him and Liverpool signed him.
The chief scout, he said to me, I went home and told Bob Paisley, go and buy him now.
I don't think anyone can speak about David Fairclough without saying super sub.
Part of the conversation I had with Bob Paisley while I was away seemed to intimate that perhaps they were tiring a little bit of me.
Gary Gillespie was huge.
Tasked with the job of breaking up Adam Hansen and Mark Lawrenson.
Ronnie Rocket. He just took the league by storm.
No one was going to knock him off the ball. Battering ram who could go through defenders.
Now it's about getting the Liverpool legends. You've just heard all about the medals. They were never officially awarded.
Hey, welcome back. Just about a couple of minutes to go then until the start of the second half. Liverpool lead Wolves by 2-0 thanks to a quick fire brace in the 42nd and 43rd minute from Ryan Gravenberch and Florian Wirtz respectively. Fantastic end to the half. Liverpool actually were pressing quite well without really causing massive issues to Joe side. I mean, he made an unbelievable save. I think for him, he's half unlucky that doesn't count because the offside flag goes up, but it was a wonderful save. Obviously, Liverpool hit the post. And then, Liverpool's class ultimately shone through. We'll see both sets of players now coming back onto the pitch. I don't suggest there'll be any changes so far from Liverpool. I don't think there's much reason to do that. The manager will be hoping, and again, best laid plans and all that, the manager will be hoping to get this game put to bed and then maybe he can start looking after some of his players who've all played a lot of time. Obviously Liverpool now, after today, they've got a little bit of a break to Leeds, but then it's Leeds, Fulham, Arsenal come relatively quickly after each other, and then the FA Cup the week after on them. So plenty of games to play. So Arne Slot will be hoping to get this one done and dusted. I know a couple of lads have come in with injury question marks about them as well, such as Ibu Konate, obviously Jeremy Frimpong, only just back from injury. So I'm sure the manager will be thinking get that third goal as soon as possible, and then maybe he can start thinking about that. But for now, that won't be high on the agenda, as it will be Liverpool kicking off the second half, attacking the Kop end. Here we go. We are underway as Virgil van Dijk goes long. Ekatike tries to nod it down. Wolves can't clear. I don't think there was any, changes from Wolves either. Virgil has a little battle on the halfway line. He's done well in the end. I thought he'd just been beaten to the ball there, but he's fine. You have to fix the clock again, Joe. I think you got caught out again. Blame Bobby. Right then. Liverpool have the ball again. Yeah, we'll get our clock synced up. There we go. We're on time. Pause us or pause your TVs. Sync up to our clock above my head. And our commentary will match. Otherwise, it's a little bit confusing for you all. Liverpool have the ball at the back with Alisson. Wolves have actually got some men in our half for once, which is interesting. Maybe they've decided we can't just sit back against 2-0, so they're going to try and press us. But with that comes danger as Wirtz finds the ball on the left. Early ball into the box. Too close, though, to Jose Sarr. I think he was looking for Ekatike. Early cross, that wasn't it? Very early cross. Was it?
Chiesa was making a run at the back, but it was always going to be difficult to find him from there. But yeah, Wolves, they did have a few men forward. Another bit of class from Wirtz getting away from his man and starting that breakaway.
Surprised Kirk has crossed that so early. I don't think he needed to, but he did. So here we are. Right then, Wolves down at the ball, at the back in the left back position. Bueno goes long. Liverpool are given a free kick. Hwang adjudged to have fouled Ibu Konate. He didn't like the decision. I'm not sure he did either. And we're back. And Liverpool have the ball, and it's on the left hand side, which has been a feature of this game so far. Here's Wirtz up against Doherty. Drifts inside. He sent him for the echo before, didn't he? Wirtz spins and lays it off to Kirkers. Jones. At least Liverpool don't have to force, and Liverpool can be a bit more patient. Couple of flicks and tricks from the Jones and Wirtz before Gravenberch goes back. Yeah, I was speaking to Dan in the break, and it's like, it's hard to figure out how Wolves, what's their plan of even trying to get out?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing. If I was them, I think I'd stick the Hwang or Mane up front, and if you're going to try and get out, kick it long and let them chase it. Because Tolu's good in terms of holding up, but he can't chase anything down, so it's just, they can't get out.
You want Tolu to win a header and then flick it on to someone who's like maybe Mane, who's running a pace, but they've not really. He's managed to hold. He did well before Tolu to hold off Konate, but they've barely won anything.
But then Liverpool have it back with Alisson, maybe trying to draw Wolves out a little bit. And to be fair, they've got 4 men. If Liverpool can play through, there'll be space. Oh, Wirtz's dummy isn't a good one now. And here go Wolves, a rare chance to attack. There's going to be a shot block by Konate, good block as well. And then that'll be a goal kick in the end as Wirtz and Frimpong just do enough to stop Bueno. But was that fair to give it away?
Yeah, I think
he went for a little dummy, didn't he? It didn't pay off.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in your own half.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I could see what he's trying to flick it around the corner. To Kirkes, I think.
It was a good block by Ibu. I don't think Hwang's shot was really going to trouble Alisson, to be honest, from there, but no. Ibu wasn't a no. Oh, Wolves have won it back again. Liverpool need to be careful. There's Hugo Ekatike coming back to win it back. So Wolves are definitely, at this moment in time, they're not retreating back as fast, are they? In the first half, they went to that low block. Now, they're trying to at least engage Liverpool a little bit high up the pitch. Usually in the first half, JD would just, from here, they just retreat back.
Yeah.
Hwang and Tolu and Mane there, I think it was, all trying to at least engage up higher up the pitch. Hasn't worked, like Liverpool have got through it. Wirtz has gone long looking for Chiesa, nodded down. Frimpong does well, collects it, and gets away from his man and gets away from a second. He's so quick. He's fouled. Surely, ref.
Oh,
Ref says play on.
referee.
Behave. His fucking boot fell off. How could he have not been fouled?
I think it was his hair. It was a hairband.
Oh, was his headband? How's that not a foul, lad? And then Wolves win a free kick themselves.
He did well there, Frimpong, to hold off the first challenge, and then he put it round Bueno, who's looked like a completely fair tackle to me. But yeah, it's that. I know we were all we saw glimpses of it when he played for Leverkusen against Liverpool last season, but trying to see if it's Tolu.
Tolu then played through in behind up against Van Dijk, wins a corner for Wolves.
Yeah, he'll kick it ahead of himself, and I think there's no way he's going to get there. And he's like the roadrunner, isn't he? He just gets there.
He was definitely fouled, not given.
Yeah.
And Wolves have a set piece in front of their own fans as they try and get themselves back into the game. Feels like this will be something that they've worked on. It'll be their main source of goal, you would think. Corner comes in, it's header. What a save by Alisson! But Wolves tap home. Goal, I think Tolu scored. Liverpool wanted the free kick. I'm not sure who scored, but Wolves are back in the game. Oh, where'd that come from? Ugh. Set piece again. Does Liverpool in? It's Bueno who scores. Liverpool are complaining. There's a man down holding his head. I think it's a Canate. I don't know what happened to him. Alisson was made a fabulous save. But then the tap in afterwards from Bueno. Let's see. Corner comes in. Oh, there's all kinds of things to check here.
He's not offside.
I don't think there's an offside anyway. Honestly, we just... Tolu got the header. Alisson palmed it out, but then it's easy for Bueno. You're yard out as if
doesn't look a foul to me.
I can't see what happened to Canate. Let's see, is he fouled? I don't think he was, to be honest.
No.
He goes down holding the back of his head, but I don't think it's a foul.
No.
That's a goal.
He's just been out-jumped, hasn't he?
Liverpool concede again from a set. What are we doing? Set pieces.
2-0s as well. We've been awful at 2-0s this season. Today I thought this is finally, one where you can start to relax a little bit at 2-0 because Wolves just do not look like getting back into this game at all. But
no. Slots is having a way with the fourth official. I don't think that was a foul.
I didn't see anything wrong with that.
I mean, it was a free header from 2 yards out from their big lad. Alisson makes the save, but then he's jogging on the spot. And yet Wolves have got a lifeline back into the game.
Hold on.
That was a free header, pretty much on it. He out-jumped everybody, the big fella. And it was, once Alisson, all he could do was get a palm to, and it was just who was it going to fall to, and it fell to them. And Liverpool need to win. This set piece defending is just so bad.
This is why, unfortunately, you can't fully trust them yet, because, this is against PSG or something like this. This is the latter stage of the Champions League. You go 2-0 up, and you're dominating the game. Not that you'd expect to necessarily dominate against a PSG or somebody like that, but then you just give them a really easy opportunity to get back in, and then nerves creep in, and then the next thing it's 2-2, and that's been the story of the season so far.
2-1 then. Elsewhere, in that little flurry, Arsenal went 2-0 up and Brentford went 3-0 up in their games. As Liverpool go along, TK, no foul given against them, no. Chiesa wins Liverpool a throw-in. Wolves wanted the foul. Official was right on top of that.
I thought that was going to get given for Ekatiké's one, but
yeah. And then, what's this for?
Bueno getting a booking for?
Someone on the bench I think is going to get booked. Wolves wanted 2 fouls there. I thought the first one probably was a foul, to be honest.
Yeah.
Simon Hooper didn't, and more importantly, his linesman, who was 2 yards away, didn't think it was. And then someone on the Wolves bench got a yellow card. Now Liverpool have a throw in near the right corner flag that Jeremy Frimpong will take. Here he is, back with it at his feet. Back to Gravenberch. Liverpool need to carry on playing the same way in terms of their attacking play. Right then, goal. What's happened there? I think Fanate's been fouled near the halfway line by Andre, and he's been booked now as well.
Yeah, you just stop. Yeah, it's unnecessary, isn't it? I don't...
Right then, Andre goes into the book, a bit of a stomp on Ibu's foot as he cleared it. And Liverpool can play again. Wolves press, good turn by Kirkes, to be fair. It's down the line to Kirkes. Can he cross? No, he cuts inside, he's done alright there. He's been held up a little bit by the defender though, and then I think he will have committed the foul. Free kick to Wolves in their right back position. That's the thing, when you have a set piece weakness, the other team are never out the game, because Wolves have not created a chance. But all they had to do, listen, was win that a corner, and before you know it, they're back in the game. Liverpool, I don't know who is in charge of set pieces or who, whatever, but like that was a free header, pretty much. That I don't know how he managed to do that.
Well, this is the thing. You know, we mentioned there was a brief mention of the Plymouth game. We could be playing anyone. We could be playing Accrington Stanley or whoever in the third round of the FA Cup. They'll think if we can get one corner,
we've got a chance.
Then we may just nick a goal.
Yeah.
And Arsenal were the kings of the set piece. They're going to be rubbing their hands together, you'd think.
There go Wolves again on an attack down the left hand side into the box. Liverpool clear with the vert in the end. I think Wolves feeling a little bit more of a spring in their step, but the ball goes long straight to Alisson on the head though. I think Chiesa's looking a bit tired, you know. There's been a couple of times he's been second to the ball, like caught just a half yard off it. And again, it's been a while since he played a lot of footy. Maybe that could be something Arne Slot looks at. He's got Gakpo, he's got Rio and Gamoa if he wants to do it. He can always just throw Florian Wirtz over to this right hand side. He could even bring Conor Bradley on, and but then that would mean Frimpong playing 90, which I don't think is going to happen as well. But Liverpool just need to settle the game back down again now. Get back on the ball. Wolves have clearly decided the second half they're not going to be as deep, which are obviously had to. So the state of the game has changed a little bit. It isn't just attack against defence now. Liverpool are being asked to play through Wolves a bit more, which they haven't really done so much, to be honest with you, second half.
This is what's annoying about this. If you go 3 or 4-0, you can start thinking about, right, well, we'll take Frimpong off on 60, or, you know, we can take Ekitike off. You know, maybe I don't know how fit Bradley is. You could say, well, Calvin Ramsey can do a job for 20 minutes or 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Bring Rio on, whatever, you know. Whereas now, I don't think he's going to fancy making those changes.
And now they've got to defend another set. Well, it's a long throw, and Alisson just kicked it out of play while me and Jay were speaking. So Wolves are going to try and take a long throw. Mosquera on the angle, and he's going to like try and angle this in towards the corner of the penalty area, really. And it comes high into the sky, headed up by Van Dijk, cleared a little bit by Kirkes. Can Ekitike get on the end of that one? He might still get there. He's done well, actually.
Yeah.
He's the play though.
Switch it.
Good cold up play by Ekitike. Oh, his pass just didn't quite get to where it needed to do. He was looking for Kirkes.
Well done.
Kirkes does well though to win it back.
Well, Kirkes dived in too quickly there, but he ended up winning the ball.
Here goes Wirtz. Edge of the box to Ekitike. Ekitike's quick feet. He goes down. Ref says the ball was won. Liverpool have won it back with Frimpong. Liverpool need Ekitike to get up. He's still laying on the floor. Frimpong to Jones. To Gravenberch. Into the box to McAllister. He loses out though. Maybe Wolves can look to break with young Mane down the left. Curtis Jones comes back and wins it off him. Good defending by Jones. Liverpool wanted the free kick on Ekitike on the edge of the box. They've got no idea if it was.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Couldn't see from here. Here go Liverpool again with Wirtz left hand side again. Back to Gravenberch. Seeing a lot of Florian Wirtz again, which is a good thing I think for Liverpool. Liverpool need the ball down here for a bit.
Yeah, That's what I was going to say.
It's gone a little bit not end to end, but it's been a bit more chaotic. We don't need chaos. We need a bit more chill.
That's what I mentioned a bit in the. Sorry, I'll see how Frimpong does it.
Gets to the byline again, crosses again, wins a corner again. He's having a real tough time over there at Bueno, and I think his hamstring might have gone. Chasing Jeremy Frimpong for an hour will do that to you.
I had a little moan of Van Dijk in the player rating show last week of the Wolves have had some decent moments. They've scored a goal there and they were on the verge of creating another chance. Can't we just get everyone and go, can we have 5 minutes of not very much? We'll just keep the ball, take the wind out of their sails. I mean, thankfully Liverpool have got a corner now, so hopefully that little bit of Wolves spell is ended now. Could do with a nice
can we give them one
captain's goal here actually.
Alexis McAllister on the hour mark then is going to take the out swinging corner. Oh, he's gone short to the edge of the box. The fit! Oh! The flex wide. I think it might have hit a Liverpool player. Little set piece from Liverpool. Work the treat. Vert fires in. Who did it hit? I think it hit Kirkes. That might have been going in. Let's see. Oh no, it didn't. It's all right.
Did it just go straight out?
Apologies, it went the wrong other way. Went out. Yeah, there's Federico Chiesa off. He did look a bit tired earlier. The manager's done what we thought he might have done there. He's brought Conor Bradley on. He's going to put Jeremy Frimpong further up on the right. Chiesa was looking a little bit leggy.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly so. So there's Liverpool's first change. Wolves are going to make their change now. Or changes. They're going for the goal. They've got Strand Larsen onto the pitch. Doherty was one of the players. Hwang, 3 changes. Doherty, Hwang and Bueno all go off for Wolves. Tachu, Strand Larsen and Wolf, who's got a good name to play for Wolves.
Yeah.
All on. Liverpool then win the ball back with Jones looking for McAllister again. That's an ambitious pass that. If it's the goalie and Wolves can break here, they go down. First chance to get the new fullback on the bomb forward, but he's cut back inside. Frimpong playing right wing then, though. I mean, he's been up there anyway, so
yeah, that's where he came on last week. He's
been playing high up anyway, so just less chance, less running backwards for him, I suppose.
Yeah.
Conor Bradley slots in behind him for now. Wolves the edge of the box. Definitely got a bit more of something about them in the second half. Wolves, they were rubbish in the first half. They had no ambition. They've been given a goal. Well, they've got themselves a goal from a set piece, I should say. And now it's encouraging them to get on the ball a bit more and try and have a go at Liverpool. They've won a throw in on their left and gone back. Space in the middle then for the young lad Mane, is it? Bombs for, come on Liverpool. Ball to the byline, looking for Strand Larsen. He tries to win the corner off Alisson and Kanate, but Alisson does well there not to let that go behind. I think Strand Larsen was just trying to win a corner, why wouldn't you? Off Ibu. And Alisson stopped him from doing that. And what's happened over there? The camera was showing Alisson, and next minute Liverpool got a man on the deck over on the left hand side, so 31 on ball against Canal, is that what they were looking at? No, it's not.
Oh, they're asking for a
corner. I think
corner.
That's what might have been a corner. That was close to not being, to being a corner, by the way. That angle didn't really show. It looked out, didn't it?
Yeah.
The way Alisson had to reach behind his post almost. Not giving out, thankfully, for Liverpool, because we're not very good at defending those. Right then, 63 minutes gone at Anfield. Liverpool lead 2-1. Here's Conor Bradley, right hand side on the halfway line, goes inside to Gravenberch. He flicks it over to the left where Curtis Jones can find Florian Wirtz. He just gives it away, poor ball, but he wins it back, to be fair to him. Is he going to give it away at least try and win it back? Here he is again, Wirtz. Into the box, leaves it for Jones. Curtis Jones! Good save by Sarr. Rebound from Wirtz, is backheeled, but he just couldn't find anyone and Wolves were clear. Sarr parried it, but he parried it wide, which meant the tapping couldn't be a shot. And Wolves were able to get on the end of the little flick on from Wirtz. Oh, I think Brighton have scored against Arsenal 2-1 in that one, according to my little app here.
Burnley Everton 0-0.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, who'd have thought that? Gomez, who scored for Brighton apparently. Liverpool have won it back with Frimpong. He now loses out. Have they gone? No, I thought they might have gone to a back 4 Wolves, but they haven't. It still looks like the 3. And the ball is back with their keeper. They definitely got a bit more confidence about them, haven't they? Although they might just give the ball away. No, they've won it back actually. No, they've given it away again.
Hold on.
Can Liverpool keep hold of it though with Jones? He does. Oh, nice
Lovely
pass
ball.
to Gravenberch. Lovely pass. Gravenberch to the edge of the box. Cuts inside. Ryan Gravenberch. Where's he going? Too much, I think. Don't know where he was trying to go there. Him and Ekatike went on the same page. Liverpool still got it with Vert. Gravenberch. Jones. Dinks it in. Too deep. Cleared easily by Wolves, but Kirkers will recover. I'm not sure what Gravenberch's plan was there. He never really knew what he was doing. Ekatike made a strange run, like, but...
Yeah, he looked like once he'd kind of shimmied in, he should have taken it on himself and had a shot.
Yeah. He's kind of got stuck in between a couple of ideas. Liverpool at least got a bit of possession. Frimpong drifting inside now. Finds Bradley, little link up on the right with them two. Jones forced backwards, twisting and turning, needs to find a pass. Gives it to Connor. He can fire it across the verge of Van Dijk. There's still loads of time left in this game, 25 minutes or so. Bert again involved down the left, linking up with Kirkers. No one in the box, that's the problem. TK drifts out to Gravenberch, flicks around the corner to McAllister, back. Liverpool moving it quicker, which is good. They haven't really got anywhere now. Wolves got everyone back again. Here's Kirkers. Verts is on down his line, he finds him. Can follow him, Verts. Bit of magic, maybe. Oh, what a step over. Verts, the byline, pulls it back. Shot at goal is back. I mean, he's getting pulled down. Surely was Gravenberch. In the end, he's leaning over. Is that not a foul? But probably not one that you're going to get too much of. It was magic feet by Verts, Jay, but Gravenberch, I mean, couldn't quite get that one on target.
Yeah, beautiful feet. He's so dangerous in these positions. Oh, see you later.
I don't think
it's Mane who's got back there. A little replay of the Jones shot. Comfortable enough for Sarr. But yeah, that's why I like Verts down this left-hand side. I mean, we say left-hand side. We've seen him all across the front three. Even when he's in a tight spot, you wouldn't call him a traditional left winger, but he can, if he's one-on-one with someone, he can beat them. Yeah, really impressive Verts so far today.
And Jose Sarr kicks it long. Flick one by Tolu. They've got the 2 big men on the pitch now. Again, probably desperate for a corner. You've got Tolu and Strand Larsen on the pitch. Liverpool have possession with Kirkers. Goes back to Virgil. I think what Liverpool have done is they've taken a little bit of the sting. It was a bit of a wild for a moment. So at least they're back on the ball.
I was going to say I wouldn't exactly call it weathering the storm, because it wasn't really a storm from Wolves. It was just one corner.
But they were trying to make a bit of a game.
Yeah.
Kirkers gone on a great run here. He falls over in the end though. And now he falls on top of the ball. And Andre's just booting shit out of it.
He's on a yellow. Andre's really...
What's he giving here? They're arguing with the referee. What's he giving? Is it a free kick to Liverpool? Don't know what Simon Hooper's trying to... So Kirkers fell on top of the ball, and then Andre was trying to kick the ball.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he's been adjusted to a foul. What's he giving? I think Sarr's
explaining a lot.
Is Sarr the captain, and that's why he's come over to see what's going on.
Yeah, he is the captain. Yeah.
Doherty went off. Anyway, Simon Hooper's made a decision. It's going to be a free kick to Liverpool near the corner flag. So that might be a foul on its own, but then the ball is kind of stuck underneath Kirkers. Let's see. To be fair, he hasn't done anything wrong there.
He doesn't handle it.
He's pushed on top of the ball. Then it's a foul. He's pushed down to the floor and then he just starts booting at his Andre.
Yeah, it's
aggressive.
For a man on a yellow, he's a bit of a risky game.
I think it's when he pushed him to the floor that was the foul.
I think
you can't just throw the
ref's got that right.
Yeah, I think he has. Oh god, bit of argy-bargy going on now. Ekatike throws someone down. It's all getting heated. Everyone needs to chill your beans. Liverpool don't need to be drawn into any silliness.
No. Vert is free if he plays it short.
Right then, right hand side, that's going to be on McAllister again to dink this one in. And it goes underneath Saar punches. Ekitike's on the floor at the moment. I don't know what's happened to him. Holding his head or his face. Liverpool might need the game to stop. No? Yeah. I don't know what's happened to him. The ball's back with Alisson at this minute. Now the game is going to stop. I don't know what's happened to Hugo Ekitike, but he's down on the floor. Let's see. Where is he in this melee? Let's see, where is he? What's happened there?
I don't know.
I couldn't see from that angle.
He did.
He can't have hold his throat. I couldn't see what's going on here. Just seeing if you can spot anything on the replay. He's kind of chopped in the throat from Mosquera. I don't think it's any. Let's see. He's trying to get him sent off, isn't he? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I don't like that from Ekitike. No, really. I don't think he's in any pain.
No, he threw Mosquera to the ground. So I don't know if they've had a little bit of a tete-a-tete in the.
He's trying to get him
lead up to that.
I didn't like that.
All right, he does that, but it's nowhere near his face. Liverpool had the ball, and
we're back under anyway. All done and dusted.
Good tackle by Bradley.
Bradley wins it. Yeah, McAllister picks the rebound up and goes for goal. Oh, that's not far wide from McAllister. Went for the far corner. He chose not to play in Jeremy Frimpong and instead go for the shot. Is that Steven Gerrard into Milan range? Or is that felt like that type of range, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice strike.
Just dragged it. And this game still sits up. This is what we wanted. We wanted this thing to be done and dusted.
Yeah.
And at 2-1, with still 20 minutes or so to go, if you include added time at least, then Liverpool are going to give Wolves some encouragement. Bit of head tennis in the Liverpool half then. Canate and Van Dijk Van Dijk just kicks it long. The ball in the right back position for Wolves. Kerkez gets across there and he still got it, has he? It's a bit of a scramble. He's done well, Kerkez.
Well done.
To come away with that one. And there goes Andre and Kerkez again. That little battle continues. Andre wins the ball this time. Wolves can kick it clear, but Liverpool should get that back. They do with Gravenberch, although he is then fouled. I think it looked a foul or not. Mane it was. I think he did foul him. Free kick to Liverpool, left hand side towards the halfway line. It did look a foul.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Just throws him on the floor. Right, then Arsenal 2-1. Brentford are winning 3-0. And then Burnley, Everton and West Ham Fulham are 0-0. Both of those. And that's where we're in the Premier League so far. And obviously Liverpool at home leading Wolves 2-1. As the ball makes its way back to Alisson Becker. Sometimes games fly by. This one doesn't feel like it is flying by.
No.
There's been plenty of action to an extent, but not much in terms of the clock hasn't feel like it's got away from you so far. Right then, Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool were desperate for that fair goal just to put a bit of daylight between themselves. Frimpong's been like a danger man for. He could be the man to maybe do just that. Here he goes. Plays it back to McAllister. Back to Frimpong. He's got Bradley down the line. Does really well. Can Conor Bradley dig out a cross? He can. Is that on ball now?
Yeah, I was wondering.
It's ricocheting around in the box and eventually... No, Saar doesn't get there now. He does. It was McAllister battling. I thought that might have hit an arm, but no one really appealed. So
no.
I'd say maybe not. Let's see. I couldn't see him in the lines. I didn't know that. It all got a bit congested. McAllister tries to get in, didn't quite get there, and Wolves clear. Now here come Wolves. Danger signs for Wolves as they advance to the edge of the box. Shot at goal. Alisson spills it. Gets over. Very young Alisson. Like thankfully there was no one there. It was Mane again, the young lad.
Showed a bit more endeavour, haven't it? I mean, there was none of this in the first half from Wolves. They had 4 or 5 men forward there.
Yeah.
We couldn't see any way that they were going to score a goal, really.
No.
Which is what makes the goal they scored more annoying from Liverpool point of view.
Absolutely, yeah. And then here's João Gomes getting pressed by Conor Bradley. He's not well up. Verta's limping with there, just keeping an eye on that.
Yeah.
Right then.
It's rubbing his leg, isn't he?
First. Wolves with the ball on the halfway line. Throw in to the visitors in front of their own box as Conor Bradley intercepts the pass. Bit more, again, in terms of game, the scoreline, this is a bit more nervy than probably what we all wanted.
Yeah, it's very frustrating giving that goal away because, as we said, thinking about the conserving of energy.
None of that now.
Yeah.
There goes Curtis Jones running across his own box. Finds Calvin Vick as well. Can Liverpool launch on from here as McAllister strides across the halfway line? There's a man over if he can find him. He does. It's Wirtz. Wirtz trying to find Ekitike. Does. Ekitike, good touch. Ooh. Just ran into a little bit of trouble. And Wolves just about deal with it. His first touch was good, but he just got too many men around him in the end. For Ekitike. Oh, bloody hell, Liverpool. Never make things easy, do we, boys?
No. I suppose Wolves haven't really created much.
Antoine Semenyo just scored for Bournemouth, by the way. It looks like Soonsby of Manchester City's Antoine Semenyo, but he's just scored 3-1 that game, isn't it? There was talk of Liverpool in for him, but it looks like he's going to Manchester. As the ball goes long, Alisson should claim that comfortably. He doesn't have to pick it up for as long as he wants to. I think he can take his time. He does just that. He's asking his players, he wants to kick it long, and that's exactly what he does. Who's he looking for over there? TK is going to try and chase that one down. Wirtz picks up the loose ball. Wirtz is fouled. Surely, fucking hell, ref! How's that not a foul? Wirtz is still down. Wolves come away with the ball down the left. That was a foul. But anyway, as a defender for Liverpool, do got to be careful. Ball right hand side. Cross in, header over the bar by Tolu. Danger for Liverpool, got to be careful. Never really looked like he was going to get that one on target. But if Simon Hooper just gives the foul, he should give. None of that happens. But if he gets a better connection on that, it's a big chance for the centre-half, for forward driver. That's what he wants as well. Curtis Jones asking the ref where was the foul, but it wasn't given. And Liverpool were caught out of play. It was a foul though.
Yeah, I'm
sure Wirtz was fouled.
I think there's people saying, is it a non-contact sport? When he was behind him, he barged in.
Wasn't given anyway. Liverpool can attack now with Gravenberch. He strides forward, finds TK. He doesn't get the ball though. Couldn't get that one under control, and it goes back through the side. Wolves have got a man down. I think that might be the end of his game. It looks like he put his hand straight in the air.
Yeah.
Feels like a muscle injury. Is that Mosquera? Is it? Who's down?
He looks like he's in the I've got cramp, can you stretch my leg position?
But
he must be coming off because you wouldn't want to waste time at this point, would you? As Wolves.
They made 3 changes, then DM 1, so they've still got a couple of subs left if they want. But it looks like that might be the end of Mosquera's game. Come on, Liverpool. Never make things easy, do they, boys? He is going to go straight off. Arias comes on. Now he's a winger, isn't he? So maybe that does. Is he going to go and play fullback, or is he going to, or wing back, or is he going to change a bit of formation?
Yeah, because Doherty's gone as well, hasn't he? Yeah, I don't know if he's going to go to a back 4.
Liverpool bring Ekitike over to the sidelines and Frimpong. Ekitike stretching things out. He might be feeling a little bit of the pace as well. A few players taking energy drinks and sweets and what have you. Frimpong was another one. Maybe a change of plan from Wolves, who've just put a note onto the pitch and then ripped it up. So Liverpool can't do it. But yeah, Liverpool for now. I think that might be. I saw Gakpo getting ready. Maybe he might go and play up front. Because Ekitike feels like he's struggling a little bit.
Yeah. He's been getting to about this point.
He gets camped, doesn't he? Again, the Premier League. It's a lot of minutes for him, so if he is feeling it, Liverpool won't take no risks. But for the meantime, Wolves have the ball and we're back underway on the left-hand side. McAllister driving in, good tackle. Oh, Wolves do well, actually. Well, no, Liverpool do well. No, Wolves do well. They've managed to get it out to the right-hand side. So I thought Liverpool had a couple of times they won the ball, but the bounce didn't go their way. Here come Wolves then. Ball into the box. Past everybody. Gravenberch is forced to kick it long. Yeah, Liverpool needs to get Ekitike off it. He can't chase the ball down. So it's just coming straight back. Then young Mane whips it in straight to Alisson. That'll do us. Whether it's Gakpo or Rio, you think Gakpo probably at this stage. I think Liverpool need to make that change.
Yeah.
Because Ekitike is really having a tough time up there. It feels like he's felt the pace a bit, doesn't it? In terms of Liverpool's bench, by the way, it's not too many options as there. I mean, there's Robertson, Trey, Ramsey are probably the ones you're looking at. Other than Cody Gakpo and bouncing ball just goes over Alexis's head. Wolves again, left hand side, go long in behind. Alisson should be able to come and get that and does. More time ticked by. Ibu Konate is asking the crowd to get involved. Maybe Anfield feels a bit nervy.
It's just unnecessary, though, isn't it? This should be home and hosed here. I think every
Wolves are. Yeah, I say that set piece has just made things all nervy.
We can't hear the crowd, but I'm sure there's a little bit of hang on. We should be.
Yeah, a bit of nervousness. Why wouldn't there be?
Yeah.
Right then, Conor Bradley's won the ball in the centre circle. Bombing forward. Drops a shoulder. Didn't need to do it. Should have passed it. Wolves can get themselves up the pitch. Here's Mane. We've got 3 Liverpool players around him. Wins himself a throw in. It's about as best as he could have done in that situation, really, the young lad. 82nd minute. Wolves have got another man down. They're playing on without for now. I think it's Bueno, is it? Maybe struggling a little bit.
Bueno. He went down after a challenge and he was banging the turf. They haven't really got time to be playing the ball out.
Here he is on the ball. Yeah, he looks in a bit of pain. For now, the Wolves will carry on. Ball in the middle. Liverpool got now it's Liverpool's turn to have 11 behind the ball. Right hand side. Versus going to have to try and stop that cross. No, he can't. Cross does come in. Good header by Conor Bradley, but Liverpool need to get Ekitike off. He can't chase the ball. Ball comes back in. Shot over the bar. Ambitious from Tolu. Liverpool need to get Ekitike off.
Yeah.
He can't chase the ball down. He's absolutely done in. And it's just, there's no out ball when that happens. What? Look at him, he's labouring so much. I mean, it's impossible from Tolu to score from there, but if they're still hunting for that chance, our Wolves not giving up. No subs yet from us. As Konate kicks it long, looking for Frimpong. Wolves win that header. And the Wolves feel like they're a bit. Conor Bradley is the fresher man, though, and he wins a foul. He's hurt himself there again. Conor Bradley, he's been kicked. Arias, who's just come on, caught him. Wolves feel like with their changes, they've got 4 fresher legs on, and it feels like they're just getting to the ball ahead of us. That was only really Conor Bradley who showed a bit more of a lateness there. Maybe Liverpool just feeling a bit leggy. Fulham have just scored against West Ham, by the way.
It feels like Liverpool are sleepwalking a little bit here. I just don't want to give Wolves any more encouragement. This is poor.
McAllister gets into a bit of a mix-up with Bradley, and Wolves can advance with Strand Larsen down the left. Ball inside. Liverpool need to get back. They've got numbers back at least. And Wolves have been forced out all the way back And throw in to Wolves. Yeah, Kickoff does well. Even he looks a little bit limpy. That was a foul throw, surely. Yeah. Foul throw against Wolves. It was a foul throw as well. It was one of the worst throw-ins I've ever seen. Liverpool are going to make that change. They had to. Ekitike was knackered. Cody Gakpo's going to come on.
I wondered if he really wanted to bring him on, because Ekitike could have come off 5 or 10 minutes ago. Obviously, Gakpo's a senior man, but there'd be...
No goal for Hugo, but he does get the assist, and he gets his song sung by Anfield as he makes his way off the pitch. He did look tired, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He was...
He should have come off 5 minutes ago. As you say, that he's not really been useful in a pressing side of the game. Something he needs to work on. If he can't... He seemingly can't get through 90. I know 80. All right, 85's the vast majority of the game, but the last few games he's looked. He's kind of signalled to the bench that
he just looked tired, and Liverpool. Yeah. He wasn't able to chase the ball down as much as he needed to be able to do so. Anyway, he's off. Gakpo's on. We'll figure out how that all works in terms of formation in a moment. But Wolves got the ball now. Strand Larsen running in behind. He's going to try and win a corner. Now he's going to play it across goal, and it's a brilliant tackle by Conor Bradley. He has conceded a corner, but it could have been worse. It was Arias who nearly scored. What a tackle from Conor Bradley. Liverpool, it was very, very nearly 2-2. This is some tackle, Jay.
Yeah, really good from... Are we the... Like, I'm getting annoyed at these now. Like, are we the worst team in the country from 2-0 up, or what? What are we doing?
Wolves have got a corner. They'll take some encouragement after the last one. In it comes now then. Headed away, good header. I think it was Kickoff who goes ahead on that one. Wolves will have the throw-in. That was a goal-saving challenge from Conor Bradley. I thought Strand Larsen was just trying to play it off Kanate, didn't he? Picked his man.
Yeah.
And it was a wonderful tackle. Wolves come again, long ball into the Liverpool box. Good header by Van Dijk. Out to the left-hand side, though, if Mane can keep that in, he can. Little step over. Second step over. Wins himself another corner. And he tries to G up the Wolves fans. It's much more nervy than we wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Right then, Andre, corner, in swinger, deep, away by Van Dijk, good header again. Can Wolves get to the second ball? No, Curtis Jones does, and is fouled. Excellent by Curtis Jones, just to relieve a bit of pressure. I mean, he just squared up to the lines when he was there. Good play by Curtis Jones, got to the ball first, and wins the foul. He should be booked for that, surely.
Yeah.
It was a good header by Virgil as well, though. Oh no, it might have been Alisson's punch, I couldn't quite tell.
Uses his strength, buys the foul, experienced play.
Yeah, it was correct. Chiesa who, he fronted the line. I'm surprised. Surprised he never got booked for that. 88th minute, Alisson Becker can take the long free kick. Long it goes. Flick on by Liverpool. Wolves pick it up in their left back position. Play a wasteful ball. Can Liverpool get hold of it? Jones just loses out. McAllister should claim that one though. I don't know why Kickoff kicking that ball down there, but he did. Liverpool with Gakpo. Can he get hold of that one? Did he keep that in? No. He disagrees, but the officials say throw in. I think Kickoff just needs to keep that ball. I don't think he needed to kick that long at all. Throw into Wolves in their right back position. Back to Sarr. Is he going to just boot it down the pitch? He's got two big men, so he might. Up it goes. Flick on. I think Virgil got first contact on that one, and Conor Bradley just kicks it clear. Oh, this is one of them, is it? Kanate wins his header. Come on, boys. Second balls, eh? Back to Sarr. Was he going to go along with the same? No. Playing it out. We're into the last of the normal time. We'll see how much the board will have on it when it goes up momentarily.
Vert playing almost like a false 9 at this point.
Right then, ball out wide from Wolves. Right hand side. Gomez dinks it deep. Good header by Conor Bradley. And Frimpong can collect it. Can he just run with it? What's he on his legs? No foul given.
Yeah,
he tried to buy a foul and it wasn't given and throw into Wolves. He just threw himself on the floor for there, Frimpong. Tried to buy one maybe, didn't get it. Wolves, they've got everyone forward now. Liverpool prevent the ball getting into the box. Here's Andre. 5 minutes added on then. We're going to get. Ball does go deep. Takes a deflection. We're hanging on a little bit here.
Yeah.
Fucking Wolves.
Yeah.
Andre again. Edge of the box is young man. Wolves trying to find an angle to get the ball in. Curtis Jones goes to press. Come on, boys. Someone get out. Liverpool look a bit leggy as well. Ball is not into the box yet, Mane's little twist and turn. Still, everyone's waiting for this ball to come into the box. Now it does. Can Alisson claim it? He does. Done. It was a poor cross in the end. Wolves waited for so long to try and claim that, and then just kicked it straight to Alisson. He rolls it out. Can Liverpool get a third on the break? No. Here's Curtis Jones.
Does well.
Yeah, good. He's done really well again there, Jones. Wins a free kick. Buys a bit more time. Gomez not happy, but it did look a foul. I think he had him by the shirt, didn't he? Yeah, that's a foul. Just drives him into his back.
Really good, sensible play. Someone at least has got his head screwed on there for Liverpool. Jones.
He's bought a couple of fouls, hasn't he?
Just eases I can't believe we're talking about easing the pressure against a team that at home against a team that have got 2 points. But that's the position that we're in. I wasn't. If you'd have told me at half time, I'd have been biting my fingernails.
I'll come back to you because Kirk has tripped. Oh, he's made up for it. Gravenberch has helped him out. Kirk has fell over there and nearly give the ball away.
Yeah.
Wolves run it back and they've got a chance to put the long throw in if they want. What's happening here? Florian Wirtz is going off. Trey and Yanni's coming on for the last few moments. At the minute, Florian Wirtz's goal is the difference between the two sides. But it is not job done yet at all for Liverpool. These 3 points are not secure at all. I think Trey's first action might have to be... Oh no, Wolves don't go long. Instead they play short. Now the ball's going to come into the box. It's gone high into the sky. Terrible. Straight out of there. It's rubbish that. Is that Andre?
Yeah.
He has just put that into Rose's head. Poor from him. That'll buy Liverpool a few more minutes. It's a bit more nervy than I felt like it was going to be at a certain point, and again it all came because Wolves haven't kicked that much, but that set piece goal meant that he could go into these last few minutes with something to try and get after.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say before. If you'd have said to me at half time, you're going to be biting your fingernails toward, I'd have said, well, our Wolves going to score, but you know, yeah, and it's too predictable. I thought Liverpool were decent first half. They were patient, and then they got the 2 goals with 2 bits of quality, but they're still, it's not quite right, is it? It's just, you know,
like I say, it was just, I'll have to go back and see the finer details of the goal, but all I saw was their big striker he out-jumped all of us from yards away, and then there was a tap in after the save by Alisson. Anyway, Liverpool with about a minute, maybe 2 minutes after that sub to defend or get this game, as Kirkes throws it straight down the line. Trey and Yanni picks it up, but then Wolves win it back and kick it straight up the pitch. Can Liverpool, with Conor Bradley does well, just hooks it up though. That's going to come back with snow on it, I think. Gravenberch does well. Come on boys, get the foot on the ball, eh?
Yeah.
Nice. Gakpo then, looking to finish it off. Cody Gakpo shoots! Over the bar, left-footed this time from Gakpo. It was nice work by Trey. In that, just a little flick around the corner to Gakpo. Go for the left-footed near post finish, but just wide. And Wolves go along. Can Liverpool win a header? Nope. Kirkes should get that one, surely. He does. Kirkes kicks it long. Is that our ball or is that a Wolves ball? We'll find out. What's happened
still
here?
in?
Oh, what? What's happened here? Gakpo thought the ball hadn't got out. Maybe must have. Throw into Wolves halfway line. Come on, boys. Last time for Wolves to get the ball into Liverpool's box. Oh, good block by McAllister. The 5 minutes are up, so it's added on time to added on time now. Liverpool did make that sub, of course, in the break, so. Wolves kick it high into the sky. Come on, Liverpool. McAllister nods to outer play. This lad, Manny, looks like he's struggling with a bit of cramp or something now, anyway. Long ball forward. Can someone win a header? Canate does. McAllister doesn't win in seconds though. Kirkes can just boot this high up the pitch. In fact, a free kick. No, I think a free kick's been given. Someone's down for Liverpool. But that should be that. It got a bit nervy towards the end. It shouldn't have had to be, really. What I would say is Liverpool have they've actually defended quite well.
Yeah.
Other than that one goal, which is worth mentioning. Like, it hasn't been as panicky as maybe it needed to be just because of the scoreline, but actually Wolves haven't created too much. Really, they had one headed chance, and obviously, but as I say that, but Conor Bradley had to be forced into a really good tackle. But
yeah,
Liverpool are going to win the game as Alisson kicks it long. Although we're still playing, so maybe I've spoke prematurely. No, there we go. Full-time whistle goes then at Anfield. Liverpool win 2-1. Wasn't perfect in the second half of Liverpool, but 2 quick early goals get the job done for the Reds. Yeah, Liverpool's winning run continues thanks to goals from Ryan Gravenberch and then Florian Wirtz. Bueno made things interesting a bit later in the second half. His 51st minute goal and got Wolves back into the tie, but thankfully nothing else coming from Wolves, who give a spirited fight, but they just couldn't quite get there in the end. Liverpool, for what it's worth, now get themselves back into the top 4 of the Premier League. Chelsea play a little bit later against Aston Villa, so things could change. But as it stands, Liverpool go into 4th position. And we'll see how things play out between 5th place Chelsea and 3rd place Aston Villa momentarily. Elsewhere, Arsenal beat Brighton 2-1. Big result for Arsenal. Get themselves back at the top of the table there. Burnley 0, Everton 0. Fulham beat West Ham 1-0 and Brentford will beat Bournemouth. That's 4-1. Before we go, Jay, and do the player ranking show, we do have to name our oosh.co.uk player of the match.
Florian Wirtz.
Is that what?
I'm a bit more decisive, I think, this week, yeah.
Okay. Let us know in the chat, guys. Jamie thinks Florian Wirtz was Liverpool's best player on the day. I think I would agree. I think other notable candidates, you could have said Jeremy Frimpong.
Yeah.
You could actually say Conor Bradley, just for that second. He made some vital contributions defensively. But yeah, we've got a few shouts for Wirtz. Gravenberch says Ryan, it would have been a shout as well, but John says, Wirtz, man of the match, no question. There you go. Then Jamie is the side of that. Oosh.co.uk man of the match is Florian Wirtz. Right then, stick around on the YouTube channel as and when, guys. There will be reaction coming from Anfield with the team down there as well with their match reactions. Me and Jamie will be heading over to Redmen Plus shortly for the player ranking show. If you go to our social account, you can vote on all of the Liverpool players with the boss, with the sound, decent, or are you messing? They are the 4 categories. Head on over to our Twitter account. You can get your votes in, and me and Jamie will be going through those in about 10-15 minutes time over on Redmen Plus. But for now, from me and Jamie and everyone here at the Redmen team, thanks so much for joining us. The next time we'll be doing one of these watch-alongs, of course, will be New Year's Day, Liverpool against Leeds United. Catch us all there.